Hello, hello, my friends. How are we today? I hope your weekend went well. Um, haven't seen each other for a bit. We streamed last time on Wednesday with a cool coaching episode, so y'all had a pretty long time to digest and relax and all that jazz. So I hope your weekends were good. I hope your Thursdays and your Fridays were okay. Yesterday for me, I finished recording the actual play that I'm in, my first ever actual play, which is very exciting. So that should release eventually, I assume in April. But I'm gonna be like reflecting on it and seeing what they edited or cut or did stuff like that when it releases. It's a game I fell in love with, which is Candela Obscura. Highly recommended if you're into like horror and TTRPGs. But it's an actual play. I'm so excited. It was a really lot of fun to do. We finished it yesterday. 3 episode sort of segments. And it was a lot of fun. We came to like a good conclusion. I think our party dynamics are really good. And like every episode, we sort of stepped up our game a little more. So the first one is very like friendly to people who don't know the game and stuff, because we're sort of like very getting to know stuff too. And then episode 2 is a bit more like punching into things and getting to the nitty gritty. And then episode 3 is really like, we've got this. Like we're using abilities. It's a lot of fun. So highly recommend it whenever it comes out. I'll keep y'all posted. But I know I'll be probably talking about it, and I'll probably honestly, I don't know if I'll watch it live. Maybe that'll start our Saturday streams where I start watching it live. Maybe I'll release like live reacts or like recorded commentary on the episodes to my Patreon. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But that'll be fun when that airs. Other than that, not too much occurred over the weekend. I hope y'all, had fun doing whatever you were doing. I did get to, like, baby GM a game on Saturday, which was fun. It was not for any sort of, like, professional thing. It was, like, friends of friends of friends type of thing, and they were like, oh, you do this thing, can you bring one with you? And I was like, yeah, sure. And, I enjoy both half of things. I like being a game master. I like being a player. It just kind of depends on what your group is like. But unfortunately, Saturday, I came with like a Candela Obscura like one shot because I have examples in the back of the book. And so I took that example and I rolled with it. But I was definitely playing with like old school TTRPG players, which is totally fine. But it means that they wanted like combat, or they weren't necessarily all about the role play. Like they're very much like, let's play like what are classics? Like board game style things like Catan, or their D&D is like make a big castle type of energy, fight a bunch of little guys. And, especially when you're doing a one-shot, that doesn't always work. But to be fair, I don't know if they knew that I was coming with it. It was a weird mixture of things. But it was fun for the folks who, like, were in it and engaged and really gave it a shot. I hope it was fun for them. It was fun for me. And it was good for me to actually learn that, like, oh, maybe I can run a campaign. So I actually really appreciated it for that, because y'all have been with me talking about the idea of running a campaign on this channel. And so I've officially made like a sign-up sheet, like an application for a game that I would run. I don't know if we would do it live. I don't think so, because I want it to stand out, because I want it to be cinematic. I want it to be less like I hesitate to say less like we're playing a game, because there are gaming aspects, otherwise I would just make a show and I would record episodes of a show, right? But I want it to be more like you are watching an improv show versus watching people roll dice and learn mechanics and that kind of thing. But I have made the form. I'm talking out logistics with some people now, and it would be like a 3-episode stint. If I'm running the game, I would love to play in the game. Oh my god, please. But if I'm running the game, it's gonna be Candela Obscura, because it's the system I know and I feel the most familiar with. And also, I really like, and I put all this in the casting call, which is not out yet. So if you're interested, you can't apply yet. But I'm working on it, where I made this casting call where I was like, I play really hard, I play really fast, I play really dangerous. I almost like to play like not entirely, but I very much like to play DM versus the player, player versus the player, the world versus the player. I like to play games where you have more of a chance of losing than you do of winning, when it's narratively spoken. So making sure I get the right people who are there for that kind of thing is definitely going to be interesting, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. But Candela Obscura is very specifically like showcased and built to do 3 sessions for one assignment or campaign. So they're very short, they're very episodic. Each assignment is usually like 4 hours session-wise, like 4-hour episodes or more. And so I think I would start with that also because it allows me the freedom to like be able to pay like whoever's joining me, do this session, and then if everybody's interested in it, y'all are interested in it and you liked it, we can bring people back with whatever changes you have in mind versus starting a big thing that maybe people can't commit to or y'all have no interest in, right? Things like that. So I'm definitely gonna do it. I think it's officially like I'm going to do it. Figuring out all the logistics of when and that kind of jazz, we'll see. But at the moment, that's how we're going. Now, on the released side of things, we have officially announced that I will be at ZenkaiCon 2024 with my workshop, my voice acting workshop. So if you're anywhere near Lancaster, Pennsylvania, you can come down. It's in about 2 weeks. Hello, North Wolf. How are you? Oh, I love your emoji. Oh my God. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm very excited about the convention. We're running 5 separate, at least 2 hours apiece workshops. Some of them are 3 hours. So if anyone's nearby, definitely show up. There'll be pre-sign-ups in a week. I think March 16th, you have to sign up ahead of time. Unfortunately, I was not able to keep it fully free because I'm very transparent about costs, but my cost to go down there is close to, just for a hotel, I want to say over $500. So like the workshops are going to be like $5 per slot. But you are getting fully edited audio. I edit everyone's audio and I make sound effects and I put in music to like you're from an actual show. And you'll get an experience being in the booth and that kind of jazz. I'm in Florida, but if you're in PAX East, I will be there too. That's so cool. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's really dope too. I'm not coming to PAX East, so I really want to go though. on a personal level, I really want to go. But for my workshops, I've only been reaching out to anime conventions because they tend to be the most welcoming and interested in doing a voice acting workshop. Some gaming stuff is kind of like, well, it doesn't quite fit here. Gen Con. Did I have, let me check. I gotta check which one I'm at. No, that's the big one. Okay, so, yeah, that's the big one in Indianapolis. So I think Indianapolis is, oh, I'm not good with maps. Indiana, where are we at on a map? Yeah, that's the big Indianapolis. Central. Okay, so that is within the range of like conventions that I go to, but I don't think I was, if I remember correctly, when I went to apply to Gen Con, or did I apply to this one yet? This one's August. I'll have to double check for you. There's a few big conventions that keep their applications like open for a really, really short period, and they do it really early. And so there's 1 or 2 that I missed for 2024 because I was thinking, oh, they won't open their applications in January and February when they run in like September. They did, and they're closed already. I'll have to check Gen Con. I wonder if their application's opened yet. Because if they haven't, then I will absolutely be reaching out to them. I wonder if they opened yet or not. Because I know that's a pretty good one for like tabletop stuff and things like that, right? Because even as a person, like if I didn't bring a workshop, I would want to go myself because I'm so interested in like learning all the new tabletop games. I know Daggerheart comes out tomorrow. When I was at SetsuCon, I was able to play 10 candles, 10 candles, I think it is. That was really fun. I enjoyed playing that. So, let me actually, here, I'll put Gen Con on my little list here to make sure it's in my jazz. So I remembered to apply. Gen Con, you gotta go to my list, buddy. Wow, 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 wow. Have you been to that one before, North Wolf? Has anyone been to Gen Con before? I don't think I've ever gone. It's always looked really cool, but I never felt, before like maybe a year or two ago, maybe like 2022, 2023, I don't think I ever felt like I was, this is gonna sound so bad because obviously everyone's welcome, but I feel like before maybe this past year or so, I never really felt like I was into board games enough to, like, my social anxiety was like, but people are gonna go there and they're gonna know about all these games and you don't play enough, you don't like enough, you're not, you know, that's not your thing, you shouldn't be there, which obviously is a lie, right? Everybody is welcome everywhere, but that's very much how my brain was. So now that I feel more comfortable, you have been there. Okay, what is it like? Is it all it's cracked up to be? People are super friendly. Okay, good. I've been finding that more to be the case now that I've like gotten a little bit more into the like environment of board games and stuff. I've gone to a few like tabletop sections at conventions and they've always seemed to be really friendly. I'll be there so you will know someone. I love that. Perfect. That's perfect. You're more than welcome to hang out with me and a couple of people over there. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Listen, I may take you up on that offer. I'll get back to you because I would love to be able to like have people that I know hang out and play games. They know the space a little more. That would be really, really nice to have. So I may take you up on that offer. You have a press badge? North Wolf. What? Wait, okay, are you doing interviews or anything? What's the press badge? Are you, like, I know you're really big in the space. I mean, obviously, right? Like, I still want to play a game for you, and I still expect, or play a game with you. I still expect to be, you better hit up my Discord when you got free slots, because I want to play. But, like, do you have a press badge to do, like, interviews, or what is your press badge for? Oh, I didn't know they did that for content creators. Basically, you. No. You're like big in it. Like your TikToks were like fed to me, okay? So like when I saw your thing, I was like, because I've been trying to reach out to everyone I can in like the TTRPG space because I really want to play with like everyone and anyone in every campaign and I want to get to know the space a lot. But I didn't realize they did content creator badges. That's dope as fuck though. Oh my god, dude, you're gonna live it up. It's gonna be amazing. Oh my god. You better like document the whole process. Because if I can't go, I'm gonna live through you. So you gotta have a backup plan. But yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully a panel. Ooh, you submitted a panel? What panel did you submit? Putting it out in the universe? I got you. Would it be like a... You did? What was it? What is it like about? What's the topics? Is it like a history thing? World building. Ooh, world building. You know, I could see that actually being a really good panel topic because I definitely, in like my baby time experience as player / GM for 1 or 2 games here or there, world building is definitely like really difficult if you're not like an imagination person. I like to say I'm an adapter. I'm not like an imaginator or like a creator. To be able to sit down and be like, I have this whole concept and idea and thought process in my head out of basically nothing, just out of like a theme or something, that's crazy to me. And I think y'all who can do that are incredible. I have to adapt. Like, you have to give me some sort of source point, and then I can roll with it. I'm very much an improviser. You love doing that? Oh my god, North Wolf. I would so attend your panel. Like, I would be there just to be like, you had no idea who I am. I won't send you, like, well, I guess you would know who I am because I look like this, so. But I would show up to your panel in my usual goth punk getup, and I'd be sitting there and I'd be like, and be like taking notes on like how to just create things. Oh my god, I would love a panel like that because that shit blows my mind. I cannot do it to save my life. Like, you start something and I can join it, you start something and I can finish it, all that kind of jazz. But actually coming up with nothing, not my thing. You will be in a game before Gen Con. Hell yeah, I better be. Listen, you said it on the stream now. That's gonna get fucking clipped. That's gonna get, like, I'm gonna screenshot that. Like, can't go back on your word now. You love coming up with worlds? Wait, okay, so what's your favorite world? Like, and you can give me a general, you don't have to do a big old paragraph. I know that's annoying. Aren't you already in a game? Let me check. Oh, we had talked about it, but there was no, like, solidified, build me a character for this day. Candela? For you guys? I would love to join your Candela if I could. I don't know if you had any more slots. We had chatted about it. I don't have my Discord up to look at it. I can if you want me to. I don't have it on my computer at all. I'd have to pull it up. I was in Candela, I just finished a Candela campaign and I fucking love it so much. So I'd love to play more Candela. Hell, I'll take the same character if you'll let me, because I love him with every heart and soul, but I will also bring more characters, so I'm happy to play a new one. I'm in the second chapter. See, now I gotta pull up my Discord. Do you know what you're doing to me? This is what happens, my guy, is like, I talk with a bunch of people and I'm really bad with names and faces. I was telling people in my chat, I was like, if you guys ever see me in person, you will literally come up to me and go, I'm such and such from chat. And I'll be like, and I won't have any, because I'm just so bad at it. It's okay, Northwolf. Maybe we're both at fault. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up our chats right now. Not on screen, don't worry. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone. Just because I'm like, what is happening? Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, okay. So we had talked about it, but we had also talked about having spots in the, okay, we had talked about another series in this chat. That's why I was thinking about it. Yeah, we had talked about Walking Dead. Because you were like, oh, I already did a Candela, we're not going to do like another one for a bit, and this is the idea that I'm writing, which is, I won't leak your idea, but it was really fucking cool. I just read the little bits of it, but that's why I was confused, because I didn't realize that I would be allowed to hop into the new Candela campaign. I thought I was getting like thrown into like a brand new I'll do anything. This is not a joke. I will literally do anything. It's a new series. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's my bad then. You do it in chapters? Okay. I was wondering, because of the way Critical Role started doing the show with Candela, most groups do it in like chapter segments. That's how I'm planning to GM mine eventually, is like a 3-episode chapter. So I'm happy to join a new like chapter series. Oh my god, just hit me up because, okay, got you. Okay, cool. So I totally understand now. Woo! We love it. I don't always get things, but I'll get there. I love that. Yeah, absolutely hit me up whenever you need me to start designing a character. I have a few that are pre-built because before I just finished Queer RPGs. So Queer RPGs Candela is the one that I just finished yesterday. And they were like, bring any characters you want to the table, and so please do. So I had built like 5 different characters for the game, and then the one I played with was for them. When you start talking about it, okay, yes, please tag me when you guys start talking about it. Although fair warning, I keep notifications off. So maybe DM me that you're starting to talk about it. I don't know how Discord works. I keep a lot of those notifs off, even tags, just because I'm in so many. Because most of the voice acting stuff I work with, people talk to me through Discord, and then they ask me to join their servers. And so then I join everyone's servers, and I'm like, which project was this? So it goes crazy. But yeah, so I have like 5 or 6 characters built mechanically. I start from mechanics. Usually, if I know the mechanics, at least for Candela, I start with mechanics and then I build characters around them. So I've got 5 or 6 built, and I can bring them all to like a session 0, and whatever we need added to the party, I will play. Whether it's the personality we need because everybody else is like very set personalities and we need someone who's funny, or we need someone who's serious, or we need someone who's deadpan, I can do all those kind of things. Or if mechanically we need someone. Like for Queer RPG, I had an explorer built, one of the muscle classes, and I really wanted to play him. I liked him a lot, liked his energy, I liked his history and stuff, which didn't get revealed, so theoretically I can bring him to other campaigns. But I had brought him to session 0 with everyone else, but we ended up having no one else who wanted to play muscle, so it worked really well because I could play the muscle. You're currently planning 2 series, Candela Chapter 1 and Walking Dead Episode 3 and 4. Once Episode 3 of The Walking Dead is done, I'll be planning Chapter 2. I just want you to play someone you really want. That's all I will tell you. Oh, I appreciate that. Okay, so we're planning Chapter 2, but right now you've already got like Chapter 1 set and Walking Dead 3 and 4 set. Okay, so we're gonna go through those. Those need to get done and finished before we get to Chapter 2. So we're talking like a couple months. Okay. We're talking like maybe June or something like that. Okay, that's totally fine. And I will absolutely, okay, cool. That makes more sense. Because I was like, what? I will absolutely like play who I want type of mentality. May, June. Okay, cool. But I'm an actor. I'm an entertainer. There is nothing I don't like to play. Genuinely, there's nothing I don't like to play. And I really, really like molding and adapting to tables around me. And also, to stack on top of that, as some of my viewers will know, my favorite thing to play, character-wise, usually can't happen in TTRPGs and cooperative-based games, because I like to play, they'd be villains in a show. So in a typical sense, villains. But in a TTRPG, I like to play very combative. I like to play combative. Wait, really? Because Okay. Please, I'm begging you. If I can be a twist villain or some shit, maybe my viewers who watch this stream might know, but no one else will know. Yeah, let's definitely talk about it. Because I was in a friendly just like a year or two ago when I started my TTRPG endeavors. Someone ran a villains campaign for me because they really wanted me to play D&D, and I was like, I have no interest in being a happy-go-lucky hero. Yes, you're all about storytelling. I love it. But I had told them I was no interest in being like a happy-go-lucky hero. I really didn't want to do that. Yeah, complex stories. That's a better way of looking at it, right? Like, I hesitate to tell people who are in the space, I hesitate to use the word villain, because oftentimes what that means, rightfully so, to people who are in the TTRPG space, is someone who likes to be the center of attention and likes to create conflict for the players at the table. Correct. Villains are all about the point of view, right? Which is why I try not to use that word in TTRPG sense, because I do not mean conflict with players, ever. I only ever mean I like to play a character that if you give them the option to like choose themselves or choose their selfish reasons over the rest of the party, they're going to take it. They'll work with the party, they have their own reasons for working with the party, they're not actively going to turn around and go stab, right? That takes all the fun out of the game. But if you have a villain that targets them out and goes, I'll give you revenge if you let the rest of your team, if you leave them and possibly let them die. I like to play characters that immediately are like, okay. Like, I have a politician that is like that right now in my Walking Dead campaign. Yes! That's why I was so interested in Walking Dead when we were talking about it, because I'm obviously much newer to the game space and this kind of space. So Candela attracted me because it was horror, but also because playing characters like that is really easy and molded into Candela, because the whole system is based around you can hate, you can be evil, you can be bad, and that's okay in this game system. So the idea that I'd watched Walking Dead for like 10 years or some shit when I shouldn't have been watching it. But that Walking Dead universe has so many opportunities for characters that you forcefully disagree with and their viewpoints on things, but they're still playable. And so that's really cool. I make sure that in our session zero it's talked about 100%. Absolutely, right? And that was a big thing, is where that's why I try, it's absolutely all about the humanity. 100%, because if your character if they don't have a shred of humanity in them, 9 times out of 10, 99% of the time, they're gonna be a shit character. You're not gonna have anything about them that anyone likes because they're not relatable. You can, if you know what you're doing, get a character that is in no way sympathetic, and still be a really liked character, but you have to be very, very, very good at that specific type of character. And you have to make sure that everybody else at the table knows that you are planning to make this character irredeemable. Like, I never walk in the door trying to hide from everybody my intention of what kind of character I'm playing. I will make sure the spotlight is on you guys. Aw, North Wolf, well, to be honest with you, like, GMs, like yourself and other people, like, you do so much of the heavy lifting, you do so much of the work, and it is incredible the amount of space that you are able to create to let people breathe and live, and to also develop a world and things like that. You guys are amazing. Everyone works together, but you guys, no, I don't do much, you guys do more. Lies. I've never even played with you yet, but I know it's a lie. Every GM is the humblest, sweetest person I've ever met in my life, and it's so funny to me because they just have all the control in their hands, but they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. You guys are lovely. You control the whole thing, and I love it so much. Like, I fear putting out my casting call a little bit because I'm afraid that people are going to enter my casting call and expect me to be a very nice game master, and I'm about to sit them down and be like, listen, I am actively going to try and kill every single one of your characters. I love to be quiet and just watch you guys role play. Oh, that's my favorite part, is role playing. Hi, Fox Daddy. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here tonight. We're talking about TTRPG campaigns. North Wolf is going to let me be a part of one of his campaigns. Candela Obscura. Hell fucking yeah. I will always add in things. Yeah, like pepper and spice, you know? Like, you pick up the line when you see somebody else is dropping it, but never talk over anything. Yes, yes. So that's the thing that I, yes, we are nerds. We are nerds. 100 IQ. That's the thing that I learned a lot about myself and who I am as a player, and what type of things I do, and what type of things I need to work on from the queer RPG Candela that I just finished. And the big one for me, which I kind of knew going into it, or at least expected something going into it, I'm very loud, and the word that I use to describe my natural personality is forceful. And I mean that in a good way. I'm not trying to dog on myself. I am very forceful. And that's great when you are by yourself, because it means you can hold a room, you can keep attention, right? You can be an entertainer, which I am. But I was like, I worry about myself in that capacity when I go to play with a group. And it did come out a little bit. I'm probably going to commentate when those episodes come out. I'm going to make commentary for them. And I think there are definitely moments, I don't know if they'll cut them or not, but there are definitely moments where, like, I spoke a little too over someone, or I pushed a little too hard against someone, and, like, I think there's very clear moments of, like, nope, shouldn't have said that, should have waited my turn, should have taken place. But you learn and you grow, you know? Especially with improv, when you're doing something like roleplay that is literally just improv, it can be hard to mesh styles together. So, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I came out of every session loving myself and just taking like little notes where I was like, okay, next time, let them speak. They're clearly a player who needs to take a moment. Don't step on that moment. Let them take it. So like let them take the pause. They're not like not being able to think. They need the moment to think. Let them think. So that was like things that I learned while doing it. I learned I'm a better DM than player right now. I need more practice as a player. I try to make sure the other players are similar to you in personality. That's fair. Because if you get a lot of me's where your players are like this, it actually usually works really well because none of us take offense or are upset by someone else stepping because we know that we step. So it kind of works well together. So yeah, exactly. I'm too scared to do improv. Fox Daddy, it's totally, listen, I keep trying to encourage you, Fox Daddy, because you can voice act, you can improv. I promise everybody can do it. The only thing I ever say with improv is if you've never done it before, do it in person first if you can. Whether that's role playing like on a D&D or something, whether it's an improv class, right? Try to do it in person first because improv is a lot easier when you can pick up on physical manifestations of a person and their energy. Because it's not just physical signs, right? You might do video chat improv or role play and be like, oh, well, I can see them. It's not that simple. There's a lot of energy that body language can give you in improv where if you actively see that the person you're working with is standing like 10 feet away from you, you can tell, hey, maybe they don't want to engage at this moment. Or if this person is openly coming towards you, we study a lot of body language in acting. If they're giving you open body language, you know that that person wants to engage and they're going to help you pick up lines. So I would try to do it in person first. The first Walking Dead episode, I went ham with one of my players and it was so much fun. I played a capital B lady who didn't like her and tried to be very mean girls. Yes! Oh my god, that sounds amazing. Holy shit, that sounds amazing. Yo, I love the idea of like, and I love failing shit too, because when you're playing characters like that, where you're coming in like as an NPC negatively and already antagonistic towards your players, there's a level of, oh, there's gonna be conflict here regardless, right? But then the best part is when you have that one player who's playing a character who's trying to like defuse, like they're very much a let's keep everyone calm type of character, but then they start failing their roles or whatever the system dictates, they start failing it and it just keeps escalating and escalating because they keep failing. That's my favorite thing. Oh my god, I love when that shit happens. It's like the equivalent of when you're playing a game, like you're playing Baldur's Gate or you're playing what's the other one where it's like grid-based? It's not Call of Duty. Oh my god, I can't remember it. There's another one that's like grid-based. I don't remember what it is. But it's like when you're playing those games where they work like that, like Baldur's Gate, it's like turn-based and you have to go out and do things and you accidentally walk into a fight because you thought you were going to be able to talk to these NPCs, but they just fight you instead. And you're like, shit, wait, shit! Yes, it's a lot of fun. Oh my god. I love that feeling. You're like, what? I had that moment yesterday because the character that I built for that campaign, my explorer guy, I built him solely, I really like to do characters like this, I built him so that he had absolutely no cunning whatsoever. So he could not hide things, he could not talk his way out of things. Everything that was sway or charisma based was disadvantage. Every single roll. And so he had this scene, which I'm not going to spoil because it's not out and I probably shouldn't, but he had this scene where he specifically was told, hey, don't go kill that guy. I know you're the muscle dude, but you need to talk to him and you need both of you to walk out of there alive. And so it was a whole scene of me like having this like moment of like, yeah, I'm talking, and then our GM would be like, okay, roll, and I would roll disadvantage and go 1 like every single time. And she would just laugh at me, be like, you're not, this isn't, and then the character, it was so funny, North Wolf, because I was just like, oh no. I was like, if I have to pull a shotgun on this man, this is not gonna end well, everybody's gonna kill me. Oh my lord. It was really, really funny. I'm so excited to do more. So like, I'm excited to play yours. I've got my May-June territory locked, that's yours. Either one of those games, whatever game it is, I'd love to do Candela. I have with the idea that you were talking about, I do have like a, somewhat of a, what are they called? Oh, a mortician? I do have a mortician built off of mechanics who might be really, she got a little bit of lore, but she might be cool for that campaign. We'll see. It will be fun, for sure. It will be more investigative and horror-based. Yeah, I like my nitty-gritty, like, blech, sort of shit. I love it. I love it to get, like, weird and, like, this, so here's the thing. The reason why I love that kind of jazz is because I have aphantasia, so I can't see anything in my head at all. So I love, and I'm very, very high tolerance to, so that's the thing. I can't see anything in my head at all. So the more gross it gets, the more I like it, because descriptions don't, sounds weird, descriptions don't mean anything to me. They don't do anything to me. So you can describe the worst, most horrific, most gross thing you've ever described in your entire life, and you will see me sitting there like, because I don't see anything. I don't feel anything. It's just a description to me. They're just words. And I really, really love words. Words are my thing. Chat knows. I shouldn't get into it. We did a whole linguistics. We did like an hour of linguistics and the International Phonetic Alphabet last Wednesday. Yeah, so it also does mean that consent checklists and stuff on session 0, I have to be very, very careful of, because since I don't have an attachment to certain topics, I will forget that topics are like not okay for people. So I literally like write them out on a sticky note and I stick them on my computer, because if the word isn't directly in front of me, all my brain is going is, that sounds cool, versus like, uh-oh, don't say that. Because I don't have any of those associations at all. So it's something, but it lends itself well. Ancient Mediterranean language guy reporting. Hi, Theta. Theta, I was just saying, were you here? Go ahead, North Wolf. Do what you gotta do. Theta, were you here? I was just saying how we were basically having a linguistics session last Wednesday. Yes, ancient Mediterranean languages. Okay, can I be stupid for a second? Theta, I'm gonna be stupid for a second. What countries are like Mediterranean? What big names would I know, being an uneducated fool, that would be like, oh, that is what's considered Mediterranean? Because I'm typical American whose education was USA, Mexico, Canada, England, and then Japan, and that's it. So like, in Australia, I guess, but they count with England. Everything in the UK counts together. For us uneducated Americans. So what would be considered Mediterranean? Do we know? Because that's what I was thinking about, over like the weekend. I was like, wonder what that is. Like, it's not, see, I don't even want to say anything because I don't even know that I have a guess. Because I don't know if it would be like the Spanish side of things. Like, is it Portuguese style, like that kind of space and culture, or is it its whole own separate thing? Because I don't know anything of it. Exactly, you know what happens when you assume, and I'm always an ass, so I don't need to make asses about other people. I primarily mean Greece and Rome when I say it, with the addition of all the nations they had contact with. Geography is weak for me too. Okay, so, but wherever Greece and Rome were located is considered ancient Mediterranean. Okay, I don't know where that is. I know where Italy is. I think that came off of Rome. I don't fucking know. But okay, Greece and Rome. I know those in historical context, so that makes a little more sense then. We're talking like, yeah, because we were talking about like church Latin and stuff. Okay, that makes a little more sense then. I appreciate you bringing that in. If you've got any more knowledge, like any more tidbits or facts you want to drop about ancient Mediterranean language, oh my god, please do. Or drop whatever you like. Anyone can drop what they like. I'll stop and read it. This honestly is the first time that I've ever had an intro go this long before I've started the episode, and I'm digging it. I love getting to talk to people and like describe things before we kind of turn into like a listen, an audio sort of podcast live stream for an hour. Usually takes me about an hour to do episodes, so at some point I'll jump into that. I actually might jump into it now. Let me see if I've got it ready to go for y'all. You're doing a lot better than me. Lies. Lies. Everyone can do it. Everyone can. Oh, my curls are bouncing today. Damn. Okay, she fire. I have further comments on Latin if you want, if it's not distracting. I would love them. Please drop, and this goes for anyone at any point. You can say anything you want in chat. I edit down these videos to take all pauses out. I get maybe 2 viewers and not a very active chat. Well, Fox Daddy, sometimes that happens. And to be fair, it can also happen when you first start because before you guys came in and chatted with me, I had nobody watching. I had absolutely nobody on my live streams. They're not saved to Twitch. They are saved to YouTube. If you go back and you watch like my first set of like, and I was doing 6 to 8 hours with nobody in my chat. And I realized that, you know, building sort of a community was what was important. And that's why I started doing the artist episodes live, because it was a way to be like, hey, I don't know what time zone you're on, but if anyone wants to come join me and they know your art, they're welcome to. That's why I started doing the live coaching, because I was like, I want people to engage with me and join with me. And sometimes it can suck to not have an active chat. But, you know, you gotta find what works for you and what makes you smile. It took me a couple years to get anything going. I had to join a streamer support group. Those groups are great, though. Those groups that are, like, really good with each other about talking and joining other people's streams. I mean, hell, I met Ava when I did Cat Liente's streamer group. Ava, I would never have met if I didn't do that for, like, 2 or 3 hours. And I met so many nice people through there. So I highly recommend it. And it's okay, you know, get there eventually. And by no means is our community that big, right? You had to burn it all down, that's right! Burn it down. Don't let them tell you what you can and can't do. Oh my god, y'all. I'm sorry, I know I'm pointing out my hair again. It's getting so long. I'm starting to look like a girl again. I'm gonna have to chop it off. I'm gonna have to chop it off. I can't look like a gender. Nope, we can't be doing that. Oh, thank you. I actually really do like my hair. It's why I couldn't commit, because this side's shaved, but I'm letting it grow. It's why I couldn't commit to shaving all of it, because I like my curls and stuff. And I appreciate you. It's like genuine Irish hair and shit, so like my grandpa and my mother would be cursing me in their graves if they knew I cut it all off. My mother's probably already cursing me in her grave because I shaved half of it. So, God forbid I take any more off, because she'd fucking kill me. But yeah, I do enjoy it. I've never had an issue. I've been very lucky. I have never grown up or currently have any appearance-based, like, insecurities. I don't know how it skipped me. I don't know how that's the thing that didn't happen to me. I've never had them. I've never felt too skinny or too overweight. I've never felt ugly. I've never not liked a facial feature. I've never, like, disliked my curls. Nothing. They've never bothered me. The only reason why I add makeup or change things is simply because I like the style. They're going to come after you when the zombie rising happens. It's true. It's true. When we have a zombie apocalypse, my mother's gonna track my ass down. Trust me, I know. The Sinead O'Connor. Yeah, it's really funny. Nearly took me 30 years to like myself. Wow. Well, I'm glad that you do, though. And that's the thing, too, Fox Daddy, is if it comforts you, and I hope it comforts other people to know that having something about your appearance that you intrinsically don't like or are anxious about is normal and it's natural, and there are so many people who are in that boat with you, and they can help you, and it's not a matter of you should like how you look, you should not like how you look, because there's the very big thing about like, oh, you should never get plastic surgery, you should just learn to accept and love yourself. But no, it's okay if you want to change a part of yourself, get plastic surgery. Like, just don't injure yourself. Make sure you're doing it safely, right? Tattoos are the same way. You're changing your appearance. It's okay to want to get tattoos. Or piercings. So it's a weird balance of like, love yourself, but understand that it's okay to have a preference on things as long as you don't let those turn into negative thought points and negative like things that drill you. And that is a huge struggle for most teenagers and most kids and most young adults. I don't know why it didn't happen to me. I don't know why it hasn't happened to me. I'm thankful and I'm very grateful. It's one of those odd things of like, I've just never... if I had to attribute it to something, it's obviously my hand, right? Because this shit happened young, and I also have, like, somewhat attention issues. I mean, everyone who wants to be an entertainer and a streamer does. But I definitely had things where I was like, I wanted to be the center of attention all the time. And so if people were to commentate on my hand, on my face, on my appearance, I liked it. It didn't matter if it was negative from their viewpoint. I then went, yeah, it is weird, right? And it fueled me. And there was never a sense of like, oh, it's weird. It was always, yeah, that's right, it's fucking weird. Because the attention fueled me. So I think there's always a pro and a con. So the pro is I've never had body image issues at all, which is amazing and beautiful and wonderful, especially in this economy. The con is that I will still crave that negative attention sometimes, right? So it's like this balance of it gave me something good, but it also gave me something I need to take care of and I need to watch. But we're all built that way. You just gotta find what it is for you. And you work on the things that are cons and you fluff up the things that are pros. And that's just how it goes, you know? You find the things that benefit you. But yes, we're almost at an hour in, so let me start our episode for today. Everyone is welcome to type in the chat still. So Theta, if you want to tell us about Latin, Fox Daddy, if you have commentary, North Wolf, if you're back and you want to chat, you guys are welcome to talk in the chat still. I will look at it and I will say things. Yes, Fox Daddy, you will always distract me, and I love it. Genuinely do. And also, it's totally fine, because that's the reason why I do these episodes live, is so that I pause and I talk to you, and then I'm not in a dark room in silence talking to a microphone like this and hating my life, right? So feel free to say whatever you want, and I'll get to you when there's pauses in the jazz. I usually do it pretty fast, but let's get started here. I forgot on last episode, so let's make sure we do it this time. Hello, YouTube! Welcome to another episode of Voicing Artists' Original Characters! Today, we have a mad scientist. So let me get to the artist here. Our artist's name today is Spooky, or Spookiro on social media platforms, pronoun she, her. The character that she has given for us to work with today, her name is Ruiza. And we definitely have background and history. We've got quite a few details to work with. And also, I'm going to show you guys this. Get ready. The image for Ruiza, her main drawing is so cool. Oh my god, I just realized I still have the music on. Dang it! Okay, music is muted. Music is muted. We switch to desktop. Alright guys, hold on, first of all, art, isn't this cool as fuck? Look at this piece, dude. This piece is amazing. Oh my god, this piece is cool. Like, it was inspired by, like, cubism and stuff. You could see all, like, the pieces that look like they're cut out of magazines. Okay, we'll get into it in a second. I gotta do that intro again real quick because I still had music on, and I can't cut the video if I'm talking while there's music playing. So the music should not be playing now. So, let me do a quick little... Yeah, the music should not be playing right now. Okay, so let me do the intro again real quick. Here we go. Hello, YouTube! Welcome to another episode of Voicing Artists' Original Characters! Today we are working with a mad scientist. The artist's name is Spooky, or Spookiro, on social media platforms, pronouns she, her. The character we are working with today, her name is Ruiza. Now I've got some background and history from the artist, so let's get into that as we look at this beautiful, incredible, crazy-looking drawing. So, this drawing, first and foremost, is designed and inspired by Cubism. So if y'all don't know, Cubism is this art technique that was created, I don't know when, but a while ago. And it's based around creating forms or shapes or ideas or concepts in very hard-edged, solid line shapes or cubes or rectangles or things like squares, things of that nature. And then it's putting these chunks together in order to form a solid image. So putting squares and triangles and rectangles and diamonds into little pieces, coloring them weird, making chunks out of them, and then putting all those weird shapes and chunks together to mimic a human form or to mimic nature, things like that. So this character and her piece here is inspired by Cubism. And you can tell that from the artwork that's on here, this sort of paper mache, that's not how you say that, Rachel? This paper mache slash cut out of magazine pieces, sort of almost glued like they're a high school project to the background of this drawing. And they even come forward a little bit. The way that it's playing with dimension to where it looks like she's kind of sitting on some of these cutout pieces, and then those cutout pieces transfer to the floor in her image, even though behind her and these ones that sit over her hair feel like they're actual cut pieces of a physical newspaper, and somehow the chain also feels like it's drawn, and things are drawn but also realistic all at the same time. It's a really cool combination here. So that is really impressive. Now, after this piece was done, or during it, there is history that was established and a background that was established. So, Ruiza is a human experiment that successfully escaped from a laboratory. She is a mad scientist that likes to experiment with people. Her experiments are specifically done on the people in the organization that did the experiments on her. So anybody who worked for this, horrific lab that was using human subjects for their own experiments have essentially created their own worst nightmare. They have created the ultimate weapon, but against themselves. The setting is an imaginative steampunk world near the end of the Second Industrial Revolution. So we're getting sort of that, like chains and a hard edge against bright colors, which steampunk tends to be. Now I have 3 character description words from the artist: smart, ruthless, and slightly insane. I think the insane one we gathered. Ruthless and smart we will definitely play with. But I want to take a second to look really at this drawing. So, as we can see, she's giving us brain vibes from I think it's from DC. It's like Brain and the gorilla. I don't remember his name. Where he's literally just a brain in a jar that is an evil villain, and I think he runs the evil league of villains or something like that. She's giving us that energy. Her brain is literally being shown to us in a glass jar sitting on top of her head, implying that her head is open, she doesn't have the top of her skull. There's some sort of piece, if I zoom in here for y'all. Whoa, I hate when it does that. Let's see. Paint is not the best system for this, but can only do so much. Okay, now if I go up, right there. So you can see that there's also some sort of wire or device that's been attached to her brain and like hooking into her body. No idea what that could be, but she is an experiment, so maybe they were trying to like control their minds. Monsieur Mala, thank you. Thank you. Yes, that is what I was thinking of, was Brain and Monsieur Mala. Because they have that whole thing where he has consciousness and stuff, but he's, you know, like a brain. She is much crazier. She's got crazier energy. But with this image, I think also, like, we can tell she's crazy because she's giving us the very classic face look of the tongue is out and she's smiling and she's kind of like, oh, I'm gonna taste how good your insides are type of villain, or I'm gonna lick your blood. Her eye that we can see, she's got red and blue glasses, so maybe she has an eye under the blue, maybe she doesn't. We might find out in a second. But her eye under the red glasses is sort of in this position of like tantalizing, excited, ready to go. We've got that. I love her hair design. I don't know what this is supposed to be. It definitely is the cubism because we've got it in the shape of diamonds and triangles. It's really giving good cubism for the inspiration. It almost also reminds me of like drills. Yeah, like you drill into the ground and it's sort of a circular sphere. That's what those two hair pieces remind me of, which does work with the steampunk scientific experiment energy. She's also got a cord that's coming back from the brain and into her body as well. She has very little clothes on with a bunch of scars and stitchings, kind of like how Frankenstein's monster does when they like put him back together. So rather than these being different body parts, I'm thinking it's more so that they would open her up to test things or to put things inside of her, like technology like they have on the brain, or to see if they could cut this or that open and would it affect her as they added more drugs to her. That's what I think these scars and stitchings are about, less so than putting extra or different pieces to her. She also has, we'll see this in close depth in the next picture, she has a number, the number I assume they used for her as an experiment, tattooed on her leg here. She's got a patchwork jacket, so there are different pieces of pink and blue that have been patched in different shapes to her big lab coat, and very gorgeous, untouched, like, high heel stiletto pumps. There's something shining in her hand over here. You guys can't quite see it, but she's got beautiful pink nails. She's got nice little lingerie on. She also has this chain. So I'm guessing that this chain is probably her primary weapon, in quotes. She might not actually hurt people with it, like attacking them, but she probably uses it to like actually strap them down or carries it around with her for intimidation, things like that. Something I want to note as I go back down so you guys can see the full picture. Okay. Something I want to note is, yes, she's wearing very little, and that is most likely to be like, oh, look at all the things that were done to her. I think that that's in an empowering sense, for one, because she is now doing these things to other people. So she's kind of like, yeah, look what you did to me. It's about to happen to you, motherfucker. I am your recompense. I am your retribution, right? You reap what you sow. And so I think it's a bit of that, which will be a fun energy to play with. I also think Now, here's the thing. We're going to get into my words in a second, my adjectives, my character description, giving you a little bit of a preview. I think from this image, the way that she's posing, what she's wearing, the language of her body, the structure of her face, I think she is proud of her work and what she does. I don't think this is a villain that is just taking revenge and doing these horrible things that were done to her to the people that did them to her. I think this is like entirely warped personality where it's, oh, all of these awful things were done to me, and now in some way, shape, or form, I'm really good at doing the horrible things. I'm good at the cutting and the burning and the slicing and the poking and the stabbing and the stitching. I know how to do these expertly because they were done to me. Look at how good I am at doing these things to you. So there's a little bit of like, it's pleasurable to have you, reap what you sow. But also I think there's a bit of warped pride, of warped mentality that she's like, but I'm a good surgeon and I'm a good doctor. Look at my work. Isn't my work amazing? Because she is wearing a lab coat. And even though she's wearing very little, it's very nice. That's a nice little piece of bra she got on. Those are nice little clothes. Those are nice stilettos. She's got a nice clean chain. She has bright pink clean fingernails. I really think there's this sense of, I am the epitome of like the best at what I do. It's just that what I do happens to be, slice and dice. And I want to play with that a little because I like the mentality of combining those together. We'll see with where it goes. Let me show you the other picture. So this is our other picture. This is more of a sketch and sort of a design thing here to get more of what she exactly looks like. Oh, and look, we have the thing that's on her head explained. So the little thing that is on her brain is her other eye. So she's seeing up there, connected in with the brain space. That is so awful and gross that I love it. And I'm glad we have an explanation with just how mutilated she's become. And it gives us a bit more insight into the patches on her jacket here. It does look like a little bit less of a lab coat in this sketch and more of a very nice, almost overcoat. But again, it's still nice. It's patched together, sure, but so is she. So I think it's an honorable thing and she thinks it's presentable to wear. And that she looks good. We see the thigh over here with the branding. Her experiments in the bottom right corner, crying in pain based on the cubism. We have, let's see. We've got, this pipe in the back of her head that I was talking about that's going sort of behind her and connecting into her neck. So this is more of like the sketched out version where we can see every little piece and detail. I also like in this sketch, I love this pose. This pose is very like friendly, casual. She does not feel like a villain here. She does not feel like she's angsty or angry. This feels like she's reveling and she's like, yeah, let's go get a drink. I just killed 6 people. Like that is the energy that gives me and I love that for her. The smarmy, happy, energetic, positive being of villainry is something she exudes and we're going to play with that. So let me go back to some of my words here and we'll switch back to this main drawing. Okay, so my descriptions for Ruiza's personality. Sharp, because their tools are sharp and our scalpel is making incisions. Nimble, resourceful. I do think she knows how to get certain instruments that if she can't get the most clean, perfect doctor's equipment, she can make do with things. Sadistic in her ruthlessness. Here we go. This is a little bit of what I was talking about. She is not necessarily being cruel or torturous out of anger for what happened to her, but for satisfaction, for power, for doing to them what they did to her. It's a power thing. It's satisfaction. It's egotistical. It's narcissistic. It's, I am so intelligent. I am so clever. I am so good at being, in quotes, a doctor, at being, in quotes, a scientist, that I was able to withstand all the things you did to me, to escape all of your facilities, to beat you at your own game, to where now you are my experiments, and I can show you the way it should be done. I am the one who should be the scientist, not you. Your hands shake when you use the scalpel, mine don't. Right? Like there's this sense of superiority, not viciousness, not anger, not necessarily that. So we're going to play with that. So, with all of that said, I think we get into the emotions. Hee hee hoo hoo. So, with her emotions, I want to go, I think, like, classic villain. Classic crazy villain, I should specify, with happy. Because this drawing of her, like, in this, pose of her sitting and her hip is cocked and her one leg's up and she's got her tongue out licking it all up, right? She's got someone on this chain that she's enjoying. That is what I want her happiness to be. She is witnessing her perfection. I don't remember what it's from. I think it's from an anime, but there is a is it Demon Slayer? Might be Demon Slayer. There is an anime villain that creates, there's a bunch that are like this, but I think the one I'm thinking of is Demon Slayer because he was in a jar, that creates, like, takes victims and their bodies and mashes them together to create, like, art sculpture pieces. But to them, it's art. There's feeling and there's meaning and there's stuff. So for her, I think this happiness is a little bit of, like, look at my incredible work that we've been talking about. So let's try it for her. I'm going to use this idea that she is talking about or looking at something of that nature about her experiments that she's done on people. So, I was about to give it a shot without telling you what I think the voice is going to be. I'm thinking for voice, we might make it a little higher pitched, and we might match the energy of a more frantic character and give her almost a... When we tend to think female crazy, we usually think Harley Quinn. So kind of that energy, but less funny, less like this is pure enjoyment, and more of the ego, more of the pride. And we'll see how that comes across, voice-wise and personality-wise. Let's give it a shot. Happy emotion. I couldn't have dreamed for something better than this. You really were the best patient, you know that? Every time I sliced and cut, your screams were magnificent. If only you had lasted just a little longer. But don't worry, my darling. You will go into the Hall of Fame as one of my best. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's the energy. That's the voice. I love her. Oh, I love her so much. Oh my God. Just like this overwhelming sense of, I don't even know if I have a word for it. So for characters like this, I add this thing where they sort of go like, right, in the way that they breathe. And the reason why I do that is because it's giving you the effect of taking your breath away and being actively engaging in something without giving the energy that someone who talks really fast like this or talks really loud like that gives. You can still take that energy and that passion that comes to that type of a voice and give it to this type of a character where they're not necessarily super fast or super punchy, but they do need that same passion. They do need that same, invigoration. I think that's a word. I know invigorate is. We're going to say invigoration is now. They do need that same full-hearted jump in, this is every fiber of their being that is tingling right now. If you do the breath work, you will get that same feeling without doing the pace and the actual forcefulness that other characters have. So I added that to her in order to get that feeling without giving her too pushy, because I really don't want her to be pushy. She looks rather frail and rather dainty. I don't particularly think she's the type that, like, walks up and is like, fuck you, and is like, putting her fists out and fighting people. She does have a chain, right? And she might be doing that on a physical sense, but I think energy-wise, she's much more like a little more relaxed, a little more refined. So I want to add that in there. So I like that a lot for Happy. So that means we move on to angry. So what is going to make Ruiza angry? We could take this a couple of ways. We could go back to when she was an experiment and being experimented on. I'm not sure that I will do that for this one. We might do it for Sad. We also might not, because I do like playing with her as this established villain, rather than trying to go through what she was like as a human and how she needed to break spiritually and mentally to become this way. I like playing with her after the fact. So for anger, we will stay on this side of the spectrum. But what is going to make her angry when she is this sort of a villain? I think I want to go back to a comment I had made earlier, which was talking about how she sees herself as the best version of what was being done to her. And there's a very specific thing that came to my head that I said, where I said, your hands shake when you hold the scalpel. I kind of want to run with that for anger, where she's at this point where she's like, I'm a master of my craft. Don't you dare tell me it's shoddy. Don't you dare try and tell me my work isn't good. And I think that would get her very angry. So I'm not sure if it's going to come out as like a, you're bad at this, look at my creation, or if it's going to come out as a like, what did you say? How dare you say that about my stuff? Actually, that gives me a good idea. I think I'm gonna go with the second one, because I have the idea of what if she is torturing / experimenting on a hero or the hero of the story, and in order to sort of push her buttons and get it to be delayed in enough time for the party to come rescue him, he knows that his course of action here is to get her talking and get her angry by being like, oh, is that the best you can do? Or like, oh, that's not a straight incision you just made there, or sloppy stitch work. He's poking at her, he's prodding at her, he's making her angry, because this is the way to make her make mistakes and get caught. So I think we're gonna go that route. Let me see if I can think something up here. Okay, let's try angry. What did you say? Shoddy? Did you just call my stitching shoddy? Well, maybe you're blind because I don't do shoddy stitch work. Here! Oh, yeah, did that one hurt? How is this one for you? Any better?
What about the lines on this one? Yeah, that's what I thought. I would suggest you don't question my work again. Okay? I mean, I know you're already blind, but I could still take out those eyes and make it official. Don't tempt me, pretty boy.
Ooh. Oh, I kind of like that. That went in a way I did not expect. Oh my goodness. So I love when this happens. Y'all who are frequent watchers of this will know. I try to let things instinctually come out. We plan a little bit, but you really want to run. You really want to run with whatever naturally comes to you and feels right and genuine in that moment. I thought she was going to be a lot more yelly. I thought she was going to be a lot more forceful with her anger, like a character that would stab, 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 right? She was not. She was a lot more reserved than I ever planned for her to be in that moment. So when it started coming to even that section of like stab and stab again and go again, rather than it being like, "Rah, why did you make me angry?" It was bam, scream from hero. Bam, scream. Bam, say something again. It was paced, it was rhythmic, it was slow, it was defined. So was her anger. And what's interesting to me about that is that mimics what she does. She is a scientist. She is making slow, defined, rhythmic cuts and slices and stitches and scarring and picking things with tools. She's being very precise about it. You have to have precision in order to do these things. And that's how her anger went too. She was very pointed. She was very precise. She was a little heated. You could definitely tell she was angry, right? But it didn't come out in this I'm gonna hit you physical way. It came out very, very targeted and decisive, like she is in her scientist and in her scientific experimentation and her capabilities as sort of like a doctor scientist person. It's really interesting how those two correlated and meshed. I did not plan it to happen that way, but it did. And it's just because naturally that felt right and it matches what we know about her character. And not every character has like a smart comeback. The eyes thing, I just had in my head of like, I don't think she would let him get away with having the last word. Even if her like response is not particularly smart, I don't think she would ever let him have the last word. I think her ego is a little too strong to be able to just stab him a couple of times and have that be enough. She has to be able to threaten him because those threats give back the power and control to her. And she needs that power and control after being a victim. She has to have it or she will start to crumble. So I really like that endeavor for her. I think it worked well. Okay, that means we are moving on to our last emotion, which is sad. Now, sad, we could go back to when she was an experiment and getting fucked with and a bit more human nature. I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. What do I think would make villain Ruiza sad? If she is all about doing these experiments, all about being precise and excellent and having a bit of pride in her revenge and her work. And she gets angry if you tell her that her work is not up to standards or not up to par. And what would make her sad? This is a hard one. gonna have to have some death water while I think. What would make her sad? Oh, I have an idea. It's a little out of the box, but I have an idea. So I'm thinking, you know how there are characters out there who, like, their, like, superpower is healing? Deadpool, Wolverine, etc. What if she is able to, like, wreak havoc upon someone, a hero, whoever it may be, and they have this natural healing ability, but it's, like, real fast. Not like, oh, you blow them to pieces and then they slowly come back together. Like, she stabs them, makes an incision, it hurts, and then whoop, right back up. I think that might make her sad. Because if she doesn't know that they, like, have this natural healing ability, she would think she's creating this work of art. So maybe it heals a little later. Maybe, like, she does it and then comes back and sees that they're clean. So it takes a little time to heal. So maybe, like, still Wolverine, Deadpool territory. But she's creating what she is taking pride and pleasure in enacting these things and creating this work of art. And then she comes back and it's all gone. Everything is healed. Nothing is permanently changed. I think that would make her really sad because it's like she can't complete her work. They're not affected by her. And I think that would make her really sad. Now, I do think this might lead into happiness, which is not something that usually combines. We have a lot of emotions that will come together. Usually angry and sad create a sort of frustration. And often in villains or in any character we work with, when we do our angry emotion, we do our sad emotion, they come together a lot. And we end up doing a little bit of both in each one. With Ruiza, I think we're going to end up doing sad and happy together, which doesn't usually happen because they're very opposite emotions, and it's hard to go from feeling sad to then feeling genuinely happy, or vice versa. But I think for Ruiza it's going to happen because she would at first be sad that all her hard work in doing these things to people, doing these things to this person who heals, is gone, and that it'll never work, and that her masterpiece will never be done. But then she realizes, if he heals after I experiment on him, then I can just keep doing it forever and ever and ever, right? And all of a sudden it's an endless masterpiece. Keep her sad? We might end up keeping her sad. We'll see what comes out naturally. But also we can just pretend that we didn't do the happy part. We'll see. I don't know if she would be forever sad that all her hard work is gone, or happy that she could just keep working on this one person. I think it's going to make her sad because I think she likes her masterpieces, and I think there's a point when they're done. But we'll see. Let's play with it. Let's find out. Let's go into it. Let's do the sad. Here we go.
Good morning. Are you ready for another... What? Where? What happened? Where are my beautiful marks? My cuts? My stitches? My wires? My organs? Why are they gone? Heal? You heal? You heal? My masterpiece. It's ruined. Everything I worked so hard on. Every slice I measured to a D. And you ruined it. It didn't work. It'll never work. That just means we'll have to try again. We'll just have to keep trying until it sticks.
Oh. Oh, damn. Oh, that was weird. Oh. I don't know what vibe that was, but that was weird. I don't even know if I can describe all of the emotions that were in that piece. There was definitely sadness, right? Because it started off with like, oh my god, everything I worked so hard for is gone. Everything I worked so hard for is gone. And everything has to be redone. And what is this? And it didn't morph into happiness. I will say that. It sort of twisted and manipulated and warped itself into this weird emotion of perseverance, of almost like she was trying to comfort herself. Crazy lady indeed. What I think it mimics, which is interesting because I thought we would go sad to happy. We did not. I think what just happened is that last take actually did mimic what I imagine her transition from being a normal person getting experimented on and tortured and then mentally warping from this abuse into the type of villain and sadist that she is now. I think that performance and that emotion mimicked it. Because even though she's already a villain, she, in that moment, was so upset and could not deal with the sadness and the genuine hopelessness that she felt, probably like she couldn't deal when she was a human and consistently still being alive and still being subjected to these things. You go into this depression of like, I cannot deal with this. And I think that just hit her again in this moment. And when that happened while she was a human, she cracked and became manipulated and warped and evil. And I think right here and again, she couldn't handle it and it cracked and became even more, everything's fine. There's nothing wrong. Everything's fine. And it became even more unstable. That was really, really cool. You got modded twice? Sorry, Fox Daddy. That's crazy that they wouldn't let you say crazy. One day I'll be able to take that chat down, but for now, we'll keep that bot up. One day he'll go away. But she is crazy. And that was really cool to have that come out in a way that was so visceral and tangible. That was incredibly tangible for me. I think that is one of the few times that I genuinely stepped out of that and was like, I can't describe it. I cannot describe what that feeling was, because it wasn't a feeling, it was a break. It was a literal mental break. And you can't describe, there is no singular adjective or emotion to be like, this is what it was. This is how I was processing it, because you're not. You're breaking. All logic, all emotions are thrown out the window, and you just have to function. You just go back to basic zero. We need to keep moving. And that is what she went back to, was nope, we can't deal with this. We just do it again. If we do it again, it'll work. It's fine. It has to work. And that was crazy. That was weird. Oh my goodness. Recognition of absurdity. Yes, Theta. Oh my God, that's an excellent way to put it. It was absolutely in that moment I recognized how absolutely absurd this brain thought process is for someone who has not mentally broken. You're 100% correct. That is what I was feeling there, where I was like, whoa. whoa, that was weird to experience. Wow, that was cool. Okay, well, that is the end of our episode here. That is our 3 emotions. We have been able to work and play with Ruiza. Again, this whole concept of cubism and her character design and creating a villain that is an experiment and has all these different mentalities of how does she justify but also not justify, and just her really inner workings of her brain being something that we haven't necessarily experienced or played with a lot, or at least not to this capacity. I also loved that it was able to change our mentalities and the way that we think, and really just throw logic and thought process out a window in order to step into her shoes, her fabulous stiletto shoes, but into her shoes. This was really cool. And I loved playing with her. I love this backstory that she has, the history. I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything left to play with because she was really, really in touch. And I like my villains. So I find my villains a little easier to play with because there's something about getting to go full force, passionate, let loose, embody a character when you're playing a villain, embody a mindset, embody a soul. That is intriguing and fun, and it helps my improv, and I really love it. Thank you. I would argue that Ruiza is recognizing the absurdity of her task in that moment and needing to laugh her way out of the meaningless. Theta Sigma, that is a good point. I might even include that in the YouTube video. So for my YouTube folks, chat is here with me live when I record these episodes, and they help me with different ideas and commentary. Theta Sigma has proposed that during our emotion of sad and that moment where we were sort of like, there's this weird thing we can't describe where she's breaking mentally, Theta has proposed that Ruiza is recognizing how absurd her task of trying to make these incisions and these cuts and these experimentations stay on somebody who's consistently going to heal them is. She's recognizing mentally that this is an endless cycle, a loop that she cannot fix, and her brain can't handle the idea that this is an endless, impossible loop where she cannot execute. She cannot achieve her goal. It is impossible for her to create the perfect experiment because he will always re-heal. And so all of a sudden, that absurdity hits her so hard, makes her break, that she just starts laughing and being like, nope, 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 and trying to have this moment of like, this can't be real, this can't be happening. That's a really good point, Theta. Thank you for that. I actually really like what you're saying. And I think I agree full-heartedly. That is definitely a good description of what I was feeling and thinking in that moment. So thank you. For my folks that are watching the edited video, a big thank you to Spookiro on social media platforms. Thank you for letting us work with Ruiza. This character was so much fun to work with. And you've created a really cool concept and design out of an art style that already exists with cubism. You've done an imaginative and creative piece and character and world and created something that feels wholly its own and was really fun to experiment with. So thank you for that. Make sure y'all go follow her on all her platforms. I find my artist through Instagram, so you can go find her on there. Links will be in the description below. You can also join us live on Mondays at 9 p.m. EST if you would like to give your thoughts and opinions and help me with these characters. Otherwise, you can join us at any time. You can watch the finalized videos every Monday on YouTube as well. That is all. Goodbye. All right, YouTube is out. Our episode is done. Yeah, Theta, genuinely, it was great. I'm reminded of the fact that Sisyphus, who endlessly rolls a boulder, is an icon of absurdism. You're so right. Sisyphus is one of those things where it's like, that's a genuinely... I'm going to switch this over while I get rid of these thingy-majigs and I turn this music back on. Sisyphus is one of those, like, myth legend stories that I find really intriguing. I love the concept of absurdism. I love the ideas of things not having a meaning. There just isn't one. It's just an endless cycle. I really love things like that. So Sisyphus with the boulder, definitely one that stuck in my brain. Also the guy who has like his eyes endlessly like pecked out by crows or something like that. Or Atlas holding up the world forever. All that kind of jazz is genuinely, like, really intriguing. I'm all about that stuff. Okay. Let me pull out Auditions. We actually don't have a lot. Just nobody put out auditions for today. I don't know. People were like, no, you can have this random week in March off. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Cool. All right, we'll take it. Okay, let me get some death water. And I still have my goldfish. Ready? Goldfish ASMR. You're welcome. There better not be any, I double checked from last time because we got that singular ant who was crawling on here, and y'all know I can't do it, so let's not talk about it. Yeah, exactly, Fox Daddy. I had to have, so I don't know what neurodivergency I have. I've never gotten diagnosed, but whatever it is, ants are one of those things, and I'm genuine, we can't talk about it that much. But it's one of the things that will make my anxiety and stuff spike. I couldn't re-enter the booth. I had to have my cousin come in here, look in the entire thing while I was standing here, and tell me there was nothing in here. Because I couldn't re-enter it, because I had been in there with it, and it was too long. So, Prometheus! Yes, that's his name, thank you. So we're not going to chat about it. I'm not going to bring it up, because otherwise I'm going to have to leave. But yeah, I had someone else verify that it's okay, and we're good. And also I have my snacks and my death water on my desk now instead of on the floor. Just for my brain, because if my brain doesn't see it, it's gonna immediately make leaps. But we have goldfish snacks, so dancey time. It's snack dance time as we munch on goldfish. Gotta get a pet spider. Spiders don't bother me, so I really could. I get a tarantula. He'd be great. I could become that bitch with a tarantula. Oh no, they're getting stale, guys. We gotta eat these faster. We're still good, though. It's hard for goldfish to be bad even when they're stale. Okay. One death water sip. Okay. His liver is pecked out by eagles every day and grows back overnight. Oh, for some reason I thought it was his eyes. But I think I'm combining Prometheus and his liver getting... Is it eagles? I'm positive it was like getting pecked out by crows. Is this just like a translation thing? Wait, hold on. Now I gotta look him up. Prometheus. No, I don't want the movie. Oh my god. I don't want the movie, okay? Then it was known for... I know he steals fire. Yeah. Oh, I want his punishment, though. I want his punishment. want his punishment. Energetic scientific knowledge. Animal sacrifices. Okay. Here we go. Condemned Prometheus to eternal torment, was bound to a— no, you're right. He's bound to a rock, and an eagle, the emblem of Zeus, was sent to eat his liver. Huh. And then it would be eaten again the next day in an ongoing cycle. Huh. Why am I thinking crows pecking eyes out? I don't know. Did that happen to anyone? Did anyone get their eyes pecked out by crows? Prometheus' liver and the eagle. Interesting, interesting, interesting. I did not realize that. Huh. Okay, well, let me bring y'all over to our thing. So there's no descriptions, I don't think, on these characters, which is not helpful for this one, 'cause I don't know that I want to audition for all of it. I know this one was on Discord, but we're just gonna do it a little bit, so. Because there's not too many, so we'll pull this up. Should just be able to bring you over. And then if I do that and do this. Okay. So this one I found on Discord, and pretty much from what I remember, all it said was like, just do a little section. But I don't remember what the gender of the characters were, but it doesn't matter, because we could just audition for everything, I guess. There's a separate, like, fill-out form. Let's see. I suppose I could open my Discord. See, now I just gotta open it. This is what happens. So we get all finicky, and then I just gotta open it. So there we go, I'm opening it. I'm opening the Discord. Alright, now let's bring them up so I'm not looking down. Oh, shit. It's the only thing about having multiple monitors is if I... Oh, fuck. Shittity fuck. Oh, no! Oh, no, I always do this! Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 Oh, shoot. Okay, can I do it like this? Okay, I got it. I drag things, like, I try to drag them over to specific screens, and then, I accidentally put it in between the screens, and so when I go to try and drag it again, it doesn't work, because it's like blocked, I can't get the top of the bar, because it's blocked by the screen change. Okay. I need this. I need that. I need this. I need that. And I need that. And then I gotta go over here. Okay. Alright. So let me see what it says on Discord on which characters we're auditioning for. Oh, did I save it? Oh, Lord, help me, did I save it? I would bet you I didn't. Oh, no. What is it called? BOA. BOA. Alright, so I'm looking for something that's BOA. Huh. Hey, I'm okay. I'm slightly scared. My husband's been marked for the war on terror. Aladdin was taken by the CIA. He's not Taliban. You've got the wrong man. Don't send him to Guantanamo Bay. Prince Ali, where could he be? Drowning in Wawa. Oh, okay, I found it. Need male and female. Include a line per shot. Read 30 seconds to a minute of the script. We're reaching out to audition immediately. Oh, okay. I think, alright, so I think we're all allowed to put it all in one audition line too. And then, well, that'll be good at least. Do I have to actually go to the webtoon in order to see which characters are ladies? Which characters I can voice for? Or are we just not gonna care? So we can just not care if we want to, I suppose. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, okay. Oh, no, I'm glad I went. Okay. Because that would be a woman of color. We should not be voicing her. Thank you very much. This is why you always gotta put these in your casting calls, folks. So, Nat is a woman of color, so we need to not voice for her. Sam looks like a white man. I doubt we would fit his voice. So, what else is on here? Radio host we could probably do. I assume that radio host does not have... I'm trying to look in view, see if he does. Summer makes their findings, although NASA spokeswoman. Create a formal statement. I'm looking, I'm trying to see. Claim your praises first. Yeah, there's a TV person. I don't see any radio person. I don't see a radio person. So the TV host was a dude, but I'm not sure if that super matters. Although there looks like there's 2 TV people in here. Oh, wait. Okay, so Ricky Rivera's a lady, so we can do her. For sure. Park's a guy. Alright, so we'll do Ricky. And we'll probably call it there because I can't see a radio host in here. Don't seem to see one. Otherwise, it looks cool, though. Okay. So let's do that one. Let's go up to... Did I already scroll up? Yep, probably. Alright, so we'll start with Ricky. And we'll do hers. I'll do normal voice and then... I might do normal voice of, like, this paragraph and here. And then that's probably all I'll do because I don't think I'm going to do the whole... Oh, that's pretty much all she has. Okay. And then I might do a round of... what am I trying to say? Announcer voice, like a newscaster voice. So let's give this a shot. I'll go into Reaper, and here we go. Welcome back. We're here with Park Fulton, the leader of the group calling themselves Gospel of the Dead Moon. Mr. Fulton, many have claimed you're leading a cult that preys on the public's fear of the moon. Specifically the recent discovery of the eye that has been recently revealed. How do you respond to that? So, you seem to believe you and your followers can contact this so-called god. Welcome back. We're here with Park Fulton, the leader of the group calling themselves Gospel of the Dead Moon. Mr. Fulton, many have claimed you're leading a cult that preys on the public's fear of the moon. Specifically, the recent discovery of the eye that has been recently revealed. How do you respond to that? So, you seem to believe you and your followers can contact this so-called god. Cool. That's pretty nice and simple, I think. That'll be our first one for the night. Who knew that our first one of the night was gonna be a good old-fashioned, like...
Oh, sorry. We have Majora's Mask
happening here. The moon is evil. With just an eye, though, I guess. Not a whole face, but okay. Oh, you guys can come over with me. Let me pull up Isotope. 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 Does whatever an isotope does. Okay. Hell yeah. Alright, so let's get to cutting. Cut. Okay, we can probably take that out, because that's a significant jump. And I want to make sure this isn't too big to upload. Is this the second or the first?
Mr. Fulton,
Oh, why are my speakers releasing the audio? That's not supposed to be happening. Hold on. This is why I keep Sound Mixer up. Because sound, it always likes to fucky-wucky. So, excuse me, but Isotope should be on my headphones, please. So should Reaper, actually. Reaper's not on here. Okay, that's an interesting decision. We're gonna do two things then. We're gonna delete this. Yeah. We're gonna exit it. Yeah. Then we're gonna open it again. And make sure that it's in my headphones, not on my laptop. Yep, there it is. 'Cause that's not helpful. We don't need an echo coming from my laptop. No, 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 no. Okay, so is this the first or the second? Oh, there's only two. So this is the first. It's just that there's a breath because this is where she starts addressing him instead. So let's pull this tighter. I did click delete. You're a little liar. You're a little liar. Delete. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, we'll delete that because I can see that as a breath right there. I know what you're doing. Alright, then we'll pull the doubles closer. Doubles a little closer. A little bit closer. A little closer. And then we'll give this one a little closer as well. Okay. That should be good. We're going to voice the noise. On the dance floor. Ooh, whoa, oh. The song that I had to play multiple times today because we've been off for the past couple of days. And so I was like, let's play something that's like gonna at least get my body in tune to it, even if my mind is like not in the greatest place. And so the one that I was playing over and over was it's like the dead don't die, the blood will rise. You can try, but the dead don't rise. Unfortunately, that's like all I know of the lyrics. It's not super helpful for my brain, but at least it's something. This is Ricky, what's her name? Ricky Rivera, okay. Ricky Rivera. The dead don't die, the blood will rise. I've been something 1,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. It's something like that. I do not remember. World's been trying, something 1,000 times. So I remember that rhyme. Alright, let's go over to the window. I think that's the only one we're gonna do on this guy, so let me fill out the sheet. Oh, they want me to link my website. Oh. Wix changed all of their settings, and so now, like, trying to get my website to function, like, to work on it, is annoying as shit. So I'm always happy when a new project releases, but now I'm like, oh, how am I gonna put this on my website? I can't figure out how to work it, I swear. Oh, Lord. This was BOA, I think is what I called it. Okay. Dead don't die, I don't rise, 100,000 times. Something 100,000 times. I feel like I gotta look it up now. Hold on. Dead don't die. Dead don't die. Song lyrics. The heart still beats. Life's killed me 100,000 times. That's where it is. So it's not bleeds, it's beats. The dead don't die, the heart still beats. Life killed me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Alright. Lordy Lord Lord. You can try, but the dead don't die. Alright. That one is auditioned for officially. So, the next one on our list, I think the due date is the 31st, yeah. But I'm gone in 2 weeks, so let's get these done while we can. Theoretically, I'm still gonna be doing an episode that Monday. We won't be live that Wednesday. We'll see how it goes, whether or not I end up doing that episode on Monday. I'm not sure yet, to be honest with you. I might just do one next week and then skip that week. We'll see. But let's do this. This is my roommate is a goddess. We love games. Hell yeah. Okay. Hey, look at that. More mythology. I love it. My roommate is a goddess centers around Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare, who seeks to reclaim her powers and restore her reputation after being cast out of the celestial realm. With the help of a human companion, Athena embarks on a journey to collect powerful artifacts to regain her divine essence. Along the way, she confronts her traumatic past and faces a heart-wrenching decision that puts her immortality and love to the ultimate test. Okay. No AI. Excellent. Please use professional recording setup. I got you. MP3. Alright, guys. They want MP3s. We gotta remember that. You know how much I don't do MP3s, so we're gonna have to remember that they want MP3s. Do they tell me what they want it to be called? Do they tell us what they want it to be called? Yep, they do. Subject line. Cool. Dead don't die, the heart still beats. Life's killed me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Alright. And then what do they want me to tell them in the email? What is it? Character name, your name. Got it. Okay. Anything else that they want me to say? You can audition for as many characters as you like, but please note the character specs when auditioning. Yes, we always will. ABCs, do not edit VAOC cleanup. Okay, so character name, your name, MP3. Narrator. The narrator serves as the series guide, leading the audience through the events unfolding in the story and providing context for subsequent choices the listener must make. As the narrator sets the tone for the series, we are looking for someone who can create a sense of intrigue and captivate the audience with their delivery. You must be able to convey the emotions and nuances with the given context, allowing the audience to immerse themselves in the world and bring the story to life. All accents welcome. Okay. A godlike tone, soft and ethereal. Okay, let's give it a shot, guys. Here we go. To best experience this divine audio in your mortal ears, please use a pair of headphones. This should be in your right ear. This should be in your left ear. In a world where the 12 gods of Olympus have faded into obscurity, their once mighty powers wane as the centuries pass. Once revered and worshipped by mortals, they now find themselves forgotten and ignored. Desperate to regain her relevance, Athena and the other gods face a new threat, a cataclysm that threatens the mortal realm. You are the one tasked with helping Athena accomplish this feat, and you will do so through your decisions. At the end of each chapter, you are given a choice. Choose carefully, for your actions have consequences, not just for Athena, but the entire world. Good luck, mortal. To best experience this divine audio in your mortal ears, please use a hair... Nope. We're gonna do the whole thing again, because I want to do that second one again. So here we go. Let's go. I think we're gonna do that same sort of tone that was a little, like, softer for the first round, and then the second round I'm gonna try and bring it back to more of my normal voice and cadence. I don't know if I can, but we'll try. To best experience this divine audio in your mortal ears, please use a pair of headphones. This should be in your right ear. This should be in your left ear. In a world where the 12 gods of Olympus have faded into obscurity, their once mighty powers wane as the centuries pass. Once revered and worshipped by mortals, they now find themselves forgotten and ignored. Desperate to regain her relevance, Athena and the other gods face a new threat, a cataclysm that threatens the mortal realm. You are the one tasked with helping Athena accomplish this feat, and you will do so through your decisions. At the end of each chapter, you are given a choice. Choose carefully, for your actions have consequences, not just for Athena, but the entire world. Good luck, mortal. To best experience this divine audio in your mortal ears, please use a pair of headphones. This should be in your right ear, this should be in your left ear. In a world where the 12 gods of Olympus have faded into obscurity, their once mighty powers wane as the centuries pass. Once revered and worshipped by mortals, they now find themselves forgotten and ignored. Desperate to regain their relevance, Athena and the other gods face a new threat, a cataclysm that threatens the mortal realm. You are the one tasked with helping Athena accomplish this feat, and you will do so through your choices. At the end of each chapter, you are given a choice. Choose carefully, for your actions have consequences, not just for Athena, but the entire world. Good luck, mortal. Okay, that second read I very purposefully did kind of weird. Like, if you were listening to that, you'd be like, what? Why are you saying it like that? Because I wanted to show them, like, here's how I would naturally perfectly read it in tune and at the speed and the cadence that you want for the first one. And then for the second half, I was like, what if I was weird as fuck and I read it like this? Just so they know that I can fuck around and find out if need be. Because it's fun to fuck around and find out. Now I'm going to try and get this close because the worst part is going to be if I have to email this as a drive upload because of how big it is. I genuinely think that's about to happen though because this file is already huge. And that's not good. I don't like it being this big. So that means I gotta drive upload it. I really don't like uploading things to my drive and then emailing them. It's just frustrating because then they sit in my drive like not in a folder, just out in the open. And whatever I have fucking hates that. I don't like things not being organized and separated and nice and clean in particular.
Like, no, don't do that.
But let's moisty noise it. And let's see how we can get it to be here. The dead don't die, the heart still beats. Life killed me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Oh, they want an MP3. Okay, that's actually great, because MP3 makes it smaller. And it was character name, my name, I believe. So first we gotta make them a folder, because they don't have a folder yet. So let's make them a folder. What is this called? My roommate is a goddess. Okay. My roommate is a goddess. Boy, she flaunted. This is a narrator. Character name, my name. It never capitalizes, I swear. Okay, save. The dead don't die, the heart still beats. 20-something seconds on an MP3? That's not a good sign. That's gonna be a big-ass file, even for an MP3.
Oh boy, that's not what I wanted to see, but very well, we deal with what we have.
Okay. Let's see here. Alright, let's go back to the audition doc. Who else can we do? Artemis. Female, mid-low, strong and authoritative. Modern RP, conservative RP. Oh, POC, okay. Continue. Hera. Conservative, Queen's English, open to all. Okay. Aelswith, The Last Kingdom, Cersei Lannister. Oh, okay, we know Cersei. As the wife of Zeus, Hera holds a position of power and influence and is fiercely dedicated to upholding the sanctity of the realms. However, she's also marked by jealousy and has a vengeful nature, particularly towards Zeus's constant affairs with mortals and gods alike. This jealousy causes her to clash with her fellow Olympians, such as Athena, who were born of Zeus's infidelity. So, mid-low, authoritative and outspoken, vindictive and condescending when speaking to her enemies. Okay. Now, the accent being like Queen's English probably means like British. Yeah, but it's, I think what I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna do maybe like my voice, just low pitch, and then I might try like the general British that I can do. But if I can get away with not doing it, I'm gonna. So let's try. Husband, remove this distraction at once. How was she even allowed inside the sanctum? Bellerophon was supposed to be guarding the door. Nobody asked for your opinion, Dionysus. You only wish to resolve this crisis so you can continue to watch the mortals drink and fuck. Husband, remove this distraction at once. How was she even allowed inside the sanctum? Bellerophon was supposed to be guarding the door. Nobody asked for your opinion, Dionysus. You only wish to resolve this crisis so you can continue to watch the mortals drink and fuck. Yeah, I'm not doing the accent for that. The voice is too strong, I think, in character for me to put an accent on it. So if they value the accent more than anything else, then they'll definitely go with somebody who has it. But I think that tone and that like performance that comes with that voice is very, very strong for a character like that. So I'm gonna leave it the way it is, and whatever they want, they can get. I almost peeked. And I heard it in my headphones that for that second round, I definitely almost peeked it, but I didn't. I can see it. I can see it up there. I didn't peek it. I would know if I did. I do have to normalize it down, but that's okay. Okay, MP3. This is Hera. Hera, 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 Hera. Hera and me. The dead don't die. The heart still beats. Life killed me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Life killed me 100,000 times. Okay, who's next? Poseidon. Yeah, nope. Dionysus. Ooh, I see non-binary. I like that. Oh, wait, what? Authentic Greek preferred, Castilian, Spanish, Italian, General American. Oh, okay, so this is an order of preference. Well, we're on there, so we'll try it. Yeah, let's see. Because these are accents. Yeah, General American's an accent. Let's see. Young Jack Sparrow. Mid-high, flamboyant with a noticeable chart. Yeah, so we have General American. It doesn't say POC. So we can, because the other one definitely did. Let's see. Yeah, it did. Okay. So we'll give it a shot, and then again, if they are able to get an authentic Greek accent, that's going to be awesome. They're going to do a great job with this character. Okay. Dionysus, the flamboyant and pleasure-seeking son of Zeus and a mortal woman, defies the expectations of the gods due to his mortal lineage. However, his discovery of wine brings about begrudging tolerance from his divine peers. Dionysus captivates others with his charm, theatrical presence, and a resilient spirit. Through his unwavering pursuit of pleasure and celebration, he becomes a symbol of resilience and the power of embracing one's true identity. Okay. Let's see. He's only got a few, right? Yeah, he's got 3. Okay. Let's give it a shot. I think I'm gonna go very, like, flamboyant here. Let's try. That is only somewhat true. Hey! Friendly fire. Though I may have my reservations, we need to recognize the gravity of this situation. We cannot allow mortals to perish unjustly. We should not be leaving them to die. That is only somewhat true. Hey, friendly fire! Though I have my reservations, we need to recognize the gravity of this situation. We cannot allow mortals to perish unjustly. We should not be leaving them to die. Hell ye. Okay. Wild how I was like, oh yes, a non-binary character. Let me put on an accent. And then just did my normal voice. Because duh, bitch, you are gender fluid. Like, of course it would just be your normal voice. Sometimes that's how the world goes. Oh, did I just take off the tisks? Yeah, I did. Because I thought it was a little extra piece. Death to them all, right? Literally is how I'm like, how are you like a god and actually give a single shit about humans at all? Like, I would be like, nah, man, let them perish, bro. Like, it's entertainment. If I was a god, that's probably what I'd be thinking. There's an anime that's like, oh, I don't remember what it's called. But it's humans versus gods is literally the whole plot. And it's just a fighting anime. It's a tournament arc as an anime. And it's fun. It's on, Netflix. It's fun to put on and watch the things they come up with. Because it's like famous humans versus like famous gods. So it'll be like Jack the Ripper versus like, Buddha. So like but I think Buddha ends up fighting for the humans, so he fights someone else. I don't remember who fights who, but it's like weird historical human figures fighting different kinds of gods. It's a lot of fun. I remember watching it and be like, huh, I'm intrigued. I'm down for this. So, I mean, there's a plot to it. I'll give it that. That's why I'm like reading this and I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of about letting them fight it out. I feel like that's more fun of a plot. But okay, Dionysus. We'll sit with you. Alright, this is Dionysus. Dionysus. I know how to spell that name because they love that name in theater. He's got his own musical and everything. Alright, let's see. Dead don't die. Bitch. 1,000 times. Did you ever play Jak and Daxter? No, but I've heard of it. Refresh my memory. What is Jak and Daxter about? Are they like creature characters? I feel like I've heard of it. Mean Girls. Oh, Shigo, Elle Woods, and Regina George. Yeah, we can do this. Aphrodite is an alluring goddess who takes great pleasure in discovering new sensual delights. Through her influence, she has been known to kindle love affairs that spark wars or mend broken hearts to bring about peace. Her actions, while often driven by her own desires, have far-reaching consequences in the mortal realm. Obsessed with beauty and possessing an intense vanity, Aphrodite takes great pride in her own appearance. She considers herself the epitome of beauty and becomes envious and disdainful towards any mortals or immortals who dare to rival her in this aspect, particularly Athena. Mid-high, confident with a hint of arrogance, reflecting her position as the most beautiful creature in all existence. Aphrodite's tone can be sweet and saccharine when she wants to charm or manipulate, but it can quickly turn sharp and cutting when she feels challenged or threatened. It's a platform action adventure game from the PS2 days. Yeah, I feel like I've definitely heard of it, but I never played it. He does, yeah, Dionysus appears a lot in Cedar. There's so many things, that reference him or, they consider him one of the big, like, not patrons, because that's not quite the right word, but they consider him a big, like, muse for theater back in the day and nowadays. A lot of people will base their plays on it. He has his own musical, I'm pretty sure. I think because I genuinely recall him having a song where, like, there's a bunch of, like, women and men around him. I can't think of the tone at this moment. Hold on. I think usually he's presented as, like, a... Yeah, there's a little theater of Dionysus as well. He's presented as, like, a playboy usually, or like a rock star is usually how his song is done. Let's see. No, it's giving me people that are... It's not giving me what I want for Dionysus. There's a very, like, famous, or historically famous in theater sense, rock star production of, like, the Dionysus musical. The Bacchae? Is that what it is? Because it's about, like, his cult. There's one of them. There's quite a few. Like, I'm just looking at The Frog Has Legs, Dion, a rock opera, Euripides, The Bacchae. There's a lot of musicals and plays that are based around or deal with Dionysus. They love him in theater. Somebody's making a fan game? Oh, of Jackson Daxter? Like, are they making an HD version, or what do you mean a fan game? Like, is it the same characters? Is it inspired by? What does that mean? I'm thinking of the Orion Experience's Cult of Dionysus. That could be it too. Is that the song maybe that's in my brain, is the Cult of Dionysus song? Cult of Dionysus song. Yes, yeah, that's definitely the song that was in my brain. Cult of Dionysus, yeah, that's a very famous song, but theater loves it too. They're all about it. But that's the classic one, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That was the exact one I was thinking of. Repo, the genetic opera, yup. There's a lot. They love mythology and stuff in theater. They're all about it. Yeah. I wasn't aware they turned the Bacchae into a musical. Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. I technically, so I got my degree in acting, but I went to a school that was basically a theater acting school. They didn't really teach other forms of acting, because I originally was going to do theater. So I have a good, I wouldn't say repertoire. They like to use that word. But I got a good basis in different musical theaters and shows and stuff. Somebody's doing a Jax fan sequel game that's looking for voices. Oh, that's really cool. Unfortunately, I don't do anything that's like fan-based. I can only do official stuff because I can't put fan-based things on my resumes. Like, I can't promote them because I want to do the big boy work, like the Marvels and the DCs and stuff. So unfortunately I can't join that, but I'll keep an eye on it because that sounds really cool. I really like when communities make fan projects because it's a bunch of people who like really enjoy something and are so invested in the time and the characters and the lore, and they usually create really fucking cool pieces. And I love seeing what they come up with. There's like a Zelda, there's so many Zelda live actions that are just on YouTube by fans and people who enjoy it. There's one that's been in the making for like a couple of years or something that I follow. There's a bunch, and I love keeping up with them and seeing what the progress updates are. Love those. There's a Zelda fan animator who does like 3D animated episodes. He's really cool. Those episodes are dope. He does them of like the golden one from Twilight Princess. Those are cool. All right, let's be a mean girl. Here we go. You know, you could have just asked. Acknowledge us. Who is us, Poseidon? You include all of us, but we all know who you're really talking about. Athena has no one to worship her. The mortals have all but forgotten about her. Without sacrifices, her powers are diminished. I'd say she's barely even a goddess at this point. Ugh. You know, you could have just asked. Ugh. Acknowledge us? Who is us, Poseidon? You include all of us, but we all know who you're really talking about. Athena has no one to worship her. The mortals have all but forgotten about her. Without sacrifices, her powers are diminished. I'd say she's barely even a goddess at this point. Alright, we gotta remember to cut that bit. I didn't want to restart because it was so close. Okay, it's right there. I'm gonna zoom. We gotta zoom because we gotta cut it. I'm gonna cut it and not leave it in. Okay, I got it. Bow wow 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 wow. Bow wow 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 wow. Meow meow. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows. When I'm down, I am your clown. Ooh. Nobody knows it. Nobody knows. Right from the start, I gave you my heart. Ooh, I gave you my heart. Bow, 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 bow. No more breaking my heart. I couldn't if I tried. Don't go breaking my. I won't go breaking your heart. See, the funny part is, the things that get stuck in my head, the most wonderful thing about Tiggers is Tingers are wonderful things. Sorry, that resonated with the cadence in which I just said that. It's another one of those things that get stuck in my head. But oftentimes, the things that get stuck in my head are not things that I like. The two greatest examples of those are songs from Greece, because I don't fucking like Greece. And yet they get stuck in my head. And that one that I just did, which is the... Oh my god. Neurospicy! I can't even sing it because it won't let me go back to it now that I'm talking about it. Don't go breaking my heart. That one. That one I also don't like. Now, I don't like the Grease one because I was in Greece and watched Grease way too many times. And it drove me fucking crazy. And then I don't like the "You'll Go Breaking My Heart" one because the first time I ever heard it was the movie Chicken Little. And I hated the movie Chicken Little as a kid. I hated Chicken Little. I still don't like Chicken Little. And so I hate that song, even though it gets stuck in my head. Hades. I'm assuming Hades is big old low man. Yep. Okay. Demeter. Female high. American Southern. Okay. That's not gonna happen. Zeus is gonna be big boy low. Apollo. Okay. Alright. So that's it on this round. So let's add those to my email here. Don't go breaking my, I won't go breaking your heart. This is M for my roommate. Open. Chicken Little was a strange experience. Yeah, Chicken Little's weird. I don't like Chicken Little, and I'm weird. I like weird shit, but I've never been the type of person who likes the kind of weird that is like Ed, Edd and Eddy. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Chicken Little. Even SpongeBob, a lot of the times when they would do some of the really weird episodes, couldn't do it. I just don't like that weird, nasty looking art style for as, you know, gross and weird and horror as I enjoy. It just never was my thing. I was like, why do I want to watch this? This is like nasty. What the fuck? This is stupid and weird. I did not like weird things at all. I still really don't. Not a thing. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thanks. Okay. Dead don't die, my heart still beat. Alright, we're gonna send it over. Good. Whew. Okay. Courage and and Ed was goated. Listen, everybody tells me that. Everyone I've ever talked to in my generation says they love Courage the Cowardly Dog. They loved Ed, Ed, and Eddie. I just couldn't do it. I hated it. I was like, what? This is weird. I don't like it. Weird. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. Okay, let me black you guys out for a second. I'm gonna switch over to Casting Call Club. We did have that time period when we were growing up, though, of like every show was that weird. Every show, woo, hiccups already. Every show was Courage the Cowardly Dog. Every show was Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Like Cartoon Network had this stranglehold. Was one of those Nickelodeon? Maybe. But Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon had this stranglehold on like weird cartoons for children. Weird art styles, gross episodes, like SpongeBob was in there sometimes, even stuff that was like supposed to be, because even coming after that, right, it had, Chowder, yeah, if we go past that era, just a teeny bit, it had like, what's the fish one, the people who are drawn like orange and blue, it had that one. Gumball, I think it is, right? Flapjack, yeah. All of them are so weird. And I'm like, listen, you do you, but also like, I don't know why there's like a generation of children who love this shit, who are all about it. It is just not my jam. I really do not enjoy that kind of jazz. I don't know. It's not what I would want. Okay. Okay, so we have a few here I think that we can do that are on CCC. So let me bring you guys over. Dozen times you can die, you can try, but the dead don't die. Okay. All right. So. Unfortunately, I'm not premium anymore, so we still got ads, but we're gonna try a few of these. So we'll try this one. We'll try this one. Let's see. The modern day animators grew up with Mad Magazine and Comedy Central. Fair. That's fair, right? They didn't necessarily grow up with things that were targeted towards kids. They kind of grew up more with like adult content that you would give your kids because that was just the era and the age. So then their animation, their art style kind of continued with that weird wacky thing, but then it was made and marketed towards kids. I don't know, man. I mean, on the other end of the spectrum though, people can argue the same thing with like Tim Burton, Corpse Bride, right? Night Before Christmas, Coraline. And in my defense, I was only a Nightmare Before Christmas person. I didn't like Corpse Bride. I didn't like Coraline. I didn't like Frankenweenie. I never liked any of those. I only liked Nightmare Before Christmas. And it couldn't have been because it was a musical, because Corpse Bride was a musical too. So I think it was because, well, A, I like men. I like man voices, and you don't get better than fucking the combination of Danny Elfman and I can't remember who. Oh no, I can't remember who voices him. Shoot. Hold on, now I gotta look it up. Because there's two voices for Jack. There's the singing voice, which is Danny Elfman. And then there's the speaking voice. Chris Sarandon. Thank you. Yes. The combination of those two is great. No, he didn't direct Nightmare at all. He absolutely stole it, and it's the other guy who, that's why Coraline and Corpse Bride are like considered really good, because it's the other guy who made it, and the other guy should get credit. So it's not I don't put Tim Burton on the name. Sorry. Creator of Ed, Edd and Eddy worked in adult animation and was dared to make a kids show. Yo, what the fuck? Can you imagine? We really lived in that era. We really lived on a time where that shit happened. We grew up with adults just going, what if we scarred some kids for fun? That's crazy. But yes, Nightmare Before Christmas was my jazz, because Danny Elfman and Chris Sarandon were definitely the best combo. And I think the thing with Coraline is great. Most people love Coraline. I just personally, for me, you know what, to be honest, I didn't always like having a child protagonist while I was a child. I was always about, like, and you know me, I like villains. I was always about, like, I want my characters to be scary, to be villainous, to be, like, have power and control, which children don't usually have. And that only happens out of those three in Nightmare Before Christmas, because Jack Skellington is an asshole and a horrible person. So, like, me as a little kid was like, yeah, I like that one. Henry Selick directed it. Thank you, yes. If I ever have kids, I'm going to use Coraline to introduce them to horror. Oh, it's excellent. Listen, I might not like Coraline, but I will be the first to tell anyone that Coraline is the epitome. It is the masterpiece of a very unknown, unfed genre that is kids horror. It is the masterpiece. Oop, I'm hitting the microphone. It is what you should be looking to if you want to do kids horror. It is excellent because there is a genre of everything, every normal genre, except for sexual shit, duh. Every other normal genre that we have as adults can become a child's blank, child's fantasy, child's adventure, child anime. Child horror can exist. That movie is the peak of it. That's perfection. Whatever the Goosebumps show was, whatever the Scary Stories in the Dark show was, were good examples of child's horror. If I was ever given the opportunity to combine my love for horror, scary things with the universe wanting me to work with children, and literally smiting me like the fucking gods if I don't. If I could combine those two together and create a Coraline or something similar, I would revive the horror kids genre, genuinely. Because it's a genre that, like, was barely a thing because people don't know how to do it. And I was one of those kids who was like, but I like Nightmare Before Christmas. What do you mean that's not something? What do you mean it's scary? Like, I wanted to watch it. I wanted the horror, you know? And they do need their own versions. You don't just sit a child down in front of fucking, like, slasher films or Scream or Nightmare on Elm Street because, oh, they like horror. No, fuck you. Get your kid appropriate related child horror. There's not a lot, but there is stuff. So, like, yeah, I would revive that genre. Listen, y'all probably don't know this. I know this because I have a weird half of me that, again, I'm very good with kids, so I have a weird, like, half of me that follows all the kids stuff. JoJo Siwa has officially been, like, posting cryptic messages as of, like, yesterday onto her Instagram story that she is no longer a child entertainer. She's officially switching from child entertainment to a non-adult as in, like, sexual, but as in adult entertainer instead of a child entertainer. And I have a lot of thoughts on that, but it's interesting because the joke that I was going to make is if she's moving out of child entertainment, they should push me in, but I'm just for horror. I'm just for scary. Like, I'm not going to do all the pretty pink rainbows. I'm going to have all the kids in line being like, that one show where this really scary thingy happened, I love that show. I'm going to be like, thanks. That's what it's going to be. Run child haunted houses. That's what we'll do. Because, like, there are kids who genuinely love horror. For Halloween this past year, I put on a full black morph suit and got big old red glowing lights, like little flat LED lights, and put them as my eyeballs. And I sat behind the candy bowl because it was like on a tape. It was like we put up these things and then blankets. So then we put the candy bowl in front of it. And I sat behind this screen behind the candy bowl. And when little kids would come up, anywhere from like 3 to 12, I would just start like creaturing out of the thing. Every single one loved it. There was some really, really little ones, obviously, who were like terrified, not about it. But most of the time, if they were competent enough to be able to talk, like on a conversational level, so we're talking maybe like 5 or 6 and up, they loved it. They loved it. Because it was very like, whoa, right? Like they knew it wasn't gonna hurt them, but also, what if it did? They loved it. And I was like, there is a real thing for children's horror. In other words, companies that be, if you would like to create the next big best-selling children's horror movie or show, hit me up. I know how to do it. I can do it well. Let's do this. There we go. We can clip that and make it a pitch. Kids like scary things. Adults just see them as innocent idiots. Correct. I saw a Tumblr post recently that argued that FNAF and other indie horror games accompanied by streamers have taken the place of children's horror, for better or worse. Theta, you're 100% correct. So here's the thing. Kids are smarter than people give them credit for. Absolutely. Theta, this is all correct. Kids are smarter than what people give them credit for. They can like horror. And FNAF and other children's oriented, like Poppy's Playtimes, horror games are children's horror. When I say blank horror, I mean in every genre. I don't necessarily just mean movie or TV show. Games count too. Because horror games for kids were kind of a thing. I don't know if I can explain this. So there were kind of horror games for kids, but not in the way that we think of them now, where you go and you purchase a title and you play a title. Do you guys remember like the CD games that you would put into your computer and it would go in and you would play like the Mickey Mouse art, or you would do like Tonka the Trucks or Putt Putt? They had games like that that were kids horror. You could even argue the Mickey Mouse one would let you put snakes and spiders and insects. And guess what? If you're 3 or 4 years old and you look at the corner of your screen for your drawing game and see that you can put the insects on and then you tap it and spiders crawl over your screen, that's a child's horror. It's a little child's horror, but it is a child's horror. So like, they did exist. Pitch has been clipped. Hell yeah. I gotta find where these are clipped, by the way, because I know you clipped the vagina one because Ava played it on her stream the other day when I joined in, and I hate her, but I love her. But I can't find them. I don't know if they're just like, I'm not looking in the right place. I can't find them. Anyways, so it does exist. FNAF and other ones like, because of the success of FNAF, have now made it mainstream. And I'm so happy with that because the FNAF movie, people hated all over it. It's a child's horror movie. It's not for you. I don't care if you're an adult who liked the series. I don't care if you're a streamer who played it. The horror movie for FNAF, just like the games, is a child's horror piece of entertainment. It's not for you. Okay? And so it was good. guess what? That movie was good. FNAF was good because it's for children. It's a child's horror. Children are allowed to enjoy horror. The clips are in your video producer section. Thank you. I will find it. But yeah, this is something like this is one of those little weird niches that we have stumbled upon. That is something I'm very passionate about. Is children's horror and the idea that it can and should and does exist. So you're 100% correct. Like, that thing about FNAF is absolutely correct. And I would love to make content in the child's horror space. My only thing with that is I think I would have to have 2 projects running at once. Because the second I try to work on something that's children's horror, I'm going to have aspects and ideas that are going to be too intense because how much I love horror that I would need to be able to put in an adult project. So I'd have to be working on both an adult and a child's one at the same time. Or like a teen one. Because what I would argue is like a teen horror, maybe like 10 to 13, 9. If you guys have ever seen the 9 film, where it's a little like little doll thingies, little sand dolls with the little things on them in an apocalyptic world, that is a children's horror. It's amazing, but it's a children's horror. Thank you. Pushing Up Roses has spoken at some length about children's horror, if you didn't know. I didn't know. Pushing Up Roses. I'm going to look them up right now. Wait, let's see. Pushing Up Roses. Ooh. Oh, I'm following her. Oh, I'm following her right now. She has a murder she wrote on as her suggested video to me. Fuck yeah. I'm following her. Okay, she's been subscribed. Hell yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right, so she's on my list for sure because I gotta talk to her about it. I really gotta talk about it. It's funny, I keep reaching out to different YouTubers because I'll watch something and I'll be like, I really like your thing. Can we collab sometime? I don't know how, but I would like to. And I reached out to different people. That's how I reached out to Northwolf because his TikToks came to me for TTRPGs. And I was like, please put me in a campaign. And so he's gonna put me in a campaign, which is amazing. But I've reached out to a couple of different content creators where I'm like, I love your stuff. I don't know how, when, why you will ever need me, but I would love to help in any way, shape, or form. Cody Ko at one point had a sheet out to be like, hey, everybody tell us what you do. We want to have like a list of people we can reach out to. And I sent one in there that was like, hey, I'm a voice actor. I don't know that you'll ever need a voice actor for the type of content you make. But if you ever would need something of my assistance, whether it's voice acting, whether it's something else, I would love to help because I think your videos are awesome. And I got a lovely email back that was like, great, we'll keep you in mind and let you know. And I was like, yay! So I do that a bunch because I love collaborating and I love talking to people and I love working with people. It's one of like my favorite things on the planet. I'm an entertainer. What can I say? I like to entertain. If I can't entertain, I genuinely go crazy. Like, I go so crazy if I don't have people to talk to, if I don't have people to entertain, if I don't have things to do. I think it's why, like, sometimes the short form content can really drain me. Like, I've been making clips of my other voicing artist original characters episodes because I have not had the mental energy to make TikToks yet. Because they take a lot out of me because there's no audience right there. I come from a theater background. I was originally intending to do theater. I really like input, like direct live input. And so it's one of those things where like, it's really draining for me to do things that do not involve that. As much as I love to entertain, right? So when I'm involved with either chat or other people, that's why TTRPG campaigns are good because even if we don't have chat, right, I have the rest of the people in the group. So things like that are great. It's why I like doing my coaching series on Wednesdays because I get someone live with me that I'm working with. So lots of things. It's why I like doing my workshops. I'm gonna be in ZenkaiCon in 2 weeks, y'all. So that's gonna be exciting. Like I'm hoping to take a bunch of videos and stuff while I'm there. I don't know how much I'll be able to take because I do not sit when I did that workshop at SetsuCon, I did not sit down. It was constantly like this. I'm hoping that's how ZenkaiCon will go, because the more people I can help, the better. But hopefully someone else will be able to take pictures and videos, and I'm hoping ZenkaiCon themselves maybe will share some stuff. But I'll definitely be like posting stuff from it, because it's a lot of fun. And then I gotta check out Gen Con too. I gotta make sure I put that on my list. But yeah, I like the interaction of things. Okay, let me pull out, let's see. Let's look at this project. Because I think we're gonna end up ending early today. Just because it's been one of those couple of days where I'm like not in the greatest mental space. But we're gonna go at least until I've got 3 hours on here. So we're gonna go for another 15 minutes at least. I'm happy to help. Apologies if I missed this, but are you familiar with the work of illustrator Edward Gorey? Oh, I'm glad you're happy, because I'm happy when you're in here and you chat. It really makes me have a good time. Thank you, Fox Daddy, for the hearts. I appreciate that. So I know the name. I know the name Gorey, but I'm so bad with names and faces that I'm gonna type him into Google and see what I get. Oh, I thought I would pull it up and be like, oh yeah, I've seen this. I don't think I have. Whoa. This is cool. Okay, wait, I gotta pull this up. Hold on. Hold on. I'm pulling this up on the stream. This is dope as hell. Yo, Theta, this was a great suggestion. Holy shit. This is so cool. Look at this. My favorite work of his is the Gashly Crumb Tinies, an alphabet book of dead children. Ooh, okay, let's see. Gashly Crumb Tinies. Whoa. Look how cool. G is for George, smothered under a rug. E is for Ernest, who choked on a peach. I'm buying this. Oh my god, dude. This is so cool. Theta, thank you for this reference. Wow. Oh, I love this. J is for James, who took a lie by mistake. C is for Clara, who wasted away. That looks like those old killed horror books I used to read. Yeah, this is very like Selleck, Matthew Gray Gubler. This is really, really cool art style and everything. This is actually, you know what this reminds me of? Roald Dahl. This reminds me a lot of Roald Dahl. One of the stories about a giving tree? Yes, I remember the giving tree. The thing with Roald Dahl and the giving tree was there was usually like a moral. A lot of children's horror can have morals, but usually they don't tend to be so like clear cut and nice and pretty. You know what this reminds me of? So we're talking about like how there's children's horror movies, there's children's horror games. There are, besides this guy, right? This is real hiccups. This is really cool, and I'm so glad that you showed this to me. Oh no, hiccups. Oh, okay. There have been horror children's work long past when we were alive. The Grimm fairy tales are children's horror. They're literal tales that are horrific that parents would tell their kids. Sure, you could argue it's to make them act right. I don't care what the purpose is. It's not what we're arguing. But the Grimm fairy tales is just an example of how long, how many centuries children's horror has been a thing. Yeah, the Brothers Grimm are infamous, right? Those are not adult horrors. They were not written for adults. In the 1800s or the 1600s, whenever they were written for children. Children's horror has always been a thing. I'm so pleased to share. Oh, I'm glad. Genuinely, this is cool. I'm like straight up gonna buy this book. Cause I have a little cousin who's 5. And she's learning things like, you know, her parents are very good about being like modern parents and not like, you know, how some parents are. So she is in like the stage of her life where she's learning like, hey, boys can wear pink and girls can wear blue. And your favorite color might be pink, but Rachel's favorite color is black. And you might want something with flowers on it, but someone else might want something with skulls on it. She's in like that stage. So this book would be great because it would be a way of being like, oh, you're learning how to read? Look, I have a book that teaches me how to read. Because Rachel likes spooky things. So this would be so cute. Oh my god. Yo, this is fabulous. I love that so much. Okay, let's see what this says. Did I audition for this one already? Because I feel like I read this. Huh. Oh, because it's a southern drawl thing. Ugh, no thank you. What is this one? Short, 1-season radio drama with the hopes of doing more things. Dark Seeker is a demon who can speak to the dead and consume ghosts. Okay. Excellent. Oh, boo. NSFW. Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get rid of these ones. Is this NSFW? American version of May. That looks like it might be. We're gonna get rid of that. Happy Medium. We'll try that one. We're not a book cover artist, so we can't do that one. We are not a singer-songwriter. We're not an animator. That one's in Spanish. Runes of Pandemonium. We can try that one. Okay. Happy Medium. Okay. Drama. Working title. And a self-update. Okay. Well, wait. For language and violence? I don't give a fuck about language and violence. Oh, but that's a person of color. Okay. Alright, Ruins of Pandemonium. Let's try this one. 6 heroines find themselves in an unknown world. The last memory of their former homes being a blinding flash of light that emanated from a small rune carved stone. Separated by time and space, they awaken to find themselves in a world of powerful magic and horny monster girls. Is everything NSFW? What has happened to this website? Oh my lord god. Okay. Okay. Alright. Okay. This is me, but I don't like that you don't have a description. Animated Archives. An original ARG. Accents. Okay. Animation Theory pilot episode. I can't afford it. The Royal Wedding. Oh boy. Okay, indie horror short film. Let's look at this. Short horror animated film I'm working on for school's film festival. Boy in his neighborhood as people get infected by something decays their faces. Okay. Let's see. Nope. Alright, no character for me. Okay, okay. Take that down. I don't trust these. These are suspicious to me. YouTube voiceovers. Original animatic. Freak has avoided shows of mascots for our Discord server. 3 mayors about their origins. They become the trio of mayors. Okay, what is this? Voice. From clean. PayPal. Do not use AI. Oh, they look cute. Okay. Okay, we can do little girl. That's what we're well known for. Pizzola, the child prodigy with the special ability of bringing objects to life with paint. She's one of the newly elected mayors for Art Block Avenue. She may be sometimes clumsy and curious around her surroundings, but she knows how to bring some fun to a party. Novice magician with the ability to bring things to life through the passion of her painting skills. Pizzola is a curious and stubborn little girl with an imaginative mind. Born with the rare condition of seeing colors being mixed around all over the place, she went to go study at a special magic academy to learn how to revert this condition. Along the way, she happened to approach a painting, of course, a painting course, of which her annoyance towards her condition became a blessing in disguise, of which she decided to combine both hobbies of magic and art together as one. Her enthusiasm brings the soul into her paintings as she greatly appreciates all the smallest details in her works, even if they're not that significant. She wishes to help everyone paint out their imagination and help bring them to life. Okay, let's give her a shot then.
Hiya! My name is Pizzola. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, sorry. I get way too excited when I meet new people. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Whenever I start painting with my giant fingies, my cute little drawings start to move on their own. How cool is that, huh? With me being your mayor, it's always going to be a super duper fun time. Say, do you happen to have any spare crayons around? It's not like I'm going to eat any of them, even if they look pretty good. Hiya! My name is Pizzola. It's so nice to meet you. Oh, sorry. I get way too excited when I meet new people. Let's get on with the show, shall we? Whenever I start painting with my giant fingies, my cute little drawings start to move on their own. How cool is that, huh? With me being your mayor, it's always going to be a super duper fun time. Say, do you happen to have any spare crayons around? It's not like I'm gonna eat any of them, even if they look pretty good.
Alright, I gotta know. We came across an infamous word. How do you say crayons? Because I'll be honest, I usually say, and grew up saying, crayons. Like C-R-A-N-S, crayons. That's what how I usually pronounce it. When I'm doing a voice, I'm gonna take on whatever the voice's accent needs to be. But crayons is how I would naturally pronounce it. You're a crayon person, Fox Daddy? And you would be correct, because it is crayon. It's not crayons. Crayons is one of those few words that I do like say incorrectly. There's some that I don't agree with the argument of. Like, for example, caramel. You can say caramel, you can say caramel. It's not caramel. There's an A. It's not caramel. I recognize I say crayons wrong, so that one people can yell at me for. I'm a little bit of a hypocrite there. But I do say caramel. And then, the only one, not the only one, but the main one, that also gets thrown into that batch, that I don't think is a fair argument, is pop versus soda. Because people will be like, it's pop, it's soda. And I'm sitting here like, the name of the drink is soda-pop. That's literally the official name of the drink. So I hate to tell ya, but both soda and pop individually are correct. Because the name of the drink is soda pop. Now the South, calling everything Coke, they're not allowed. Nope, absolutely not. That's incorrect. It's soda first, then pop. Absolutely, the name of the drink is soda pop. So if you call it soda pop, if you call it soda, or if you call it pop, all of those things are fine. The same way where I'm like, you can say caramel or caramel. You just can't say caramel. Because that's what the drink is. And you can't call it Coke, because it's not all Coke, Southerners. But yeah, you are technically right with crayons. I don't generally say it like that. Sometimes I do. Kind of depends on what sort of atmosphere I'm in that moment. If my brain is like, are we going to be correct today? Then I'll say it. And if it decides we're not going to be correct, then I won't. So it kind of depends. My girlfriend calls it pop. The first time I heard her say that, it threw me for a loop. Yeah, pop is a Midwest Northeast thing. So the Midwest and the Northeast call it pop. The South calls it Coke. And the West calls it soda. So it's just kind of how it goes. I don't know why it developed that way, but it did. Let's check this guy. See if there were any more that we were gonna do. Abalone. Androgynous. We can do this one. Okay, I think this might be... Yeah, I think this might be the last one we do. And then I'll probably end stream a little early tonight. So let's do this little guy. Abalone, an intergalactic alien with an attitude sent on a mission for world domination, and later had changed its mind to instead protect the planet's imaginative creations, that is art. Coming from outer space on a mission to gather data for world domination, Abalone soon changed its mind once it started looking into the rich and creative culture that is art. All in one book. After gathering enough data about art as a whole, Abalone began drawing crop circles, building random structures out of stone, and leaving strange symbols around buildings within towns and cities. At that point, Abalone considered itself an artist, and now wishes to become the mayor of Art Block Avenue, along with protecting the planet too. Very alien-like, easy to understand. Okay, let's give it a shot.
Salutations, Earthlings! I am one of your newest mayors, the coolest conqueror throughout the cosmos, Abalone. After doing tremendous research about this planet's inhabitants, I've discovered that they love to play around with sticks and stones, and making funny pictures with them too. I see that as a fun activity too, and I found it rather intriguing. I'll be sure to handle any future alien invasions when I'm around. I'm just kidding. You can chill out now. Salutations, Earthlings. I am one of your newest mayors, the coolest conqueror throughout the cosmos, Abalone. After doing tremendous research about this planet's inhabitants, I've discovered that they love to play around with sticks and stones, and making funny pictures with them too. I see that as a fun activity too, and I found it rather intriguing. I'll be sure to handle any future alien invasions when I'm around. I'm just kidding. You can chill out now.
Aw, he's cute. That's cute little characters. Alright, let's see here. You can try, but the deer don't die. Knock me up 6 feet deep. Wow, it's the first time we remembered that line. Cool. You can try, but the dead don't die. Heart still bleeds. The dead don't die. The heart still bleeds. Lock me up 6 feet deep. The earth killed me, life killed me 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Or save it and exit. And get rid of that good old Reaper. Okay. Now we will upload it. Apply. Cute little dude. Okay. Alright, guys, it's time for me to find a place to raid you all to. So let's see if anyone is on tonight that I can send you to. Now, I do believe I can do it in YouTube chat too. So let me see if I can. I know how to do it in Twitch. Let me see if I have the right command to do it in the YouTube chat first. I'll full cam myself so he can talk to me. So we can chat while I look this up. But let me see if I can get the YouTube command. YouTube raid command. Let's see. What is the, okay, so this is the raid command on Twitch, which is just the /raid. So I know how to do that. I know how to do that one. That one I can do. Okay, so. Ooh, we do have, hey, Cadliente's on tonight. Okay, so I can send you guys to her for Twitch. Let me see, I know at one point it gave me the raiding command for YouTube. To raid in YouTube. Oh, see, they're all video answers. How do I redirect? Premiere. Oh, okay. Click edit. Customization. What? I thought it was a command. Edit customization. Oh, channels live stream. Redirect. Okay, let me pull you guys up and see if I'm able to do it on YouTube too. I don't know if there's anybody live that I follow on YouTube. The dead don't die. The heart still beats. 100,000 times. You can try, but the dead don't die. Okay. So, if I go down here and I click engage maybe? No, okay. Edit maybe? Because it says, what does it say? It says customization. Woo! I'm hitting things. Customization, redirect. No, I don't think that's the right one, is it? Live reactions. Participant mode. No, there's no redirect in here. Okay. So, that's interesting. I know, I'm right, like, I'm hitting walls and stuff. Is there not just... Alright, let me try this again. How do I raid live on YouTube? Let's see. Live redirect, ability to send all your view of the party correct. So how do I do that? I'm suddenly reminded of the quote, fairy tales don't exist to tell children that dragons exist. Children already know that. They exist to teach them dragons can be killed. Ooh, I love that. I love that. And you know what? I don't know who said that. They are 100% correct. 100%. Poor dragons. Oh, well, yes, right, absolutely. But back then it was very like, click add, you're gonna see your videos be really good at your channels that you're allowed to redirect to them. Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be there and it's just not there for me. Okay, YouTube, I'm sorry. I guess I can't redirect you guys. It's unfortunate. But I will do it for Twitch. But okay, so they're correct with that, right? Because like, it's really interesting because that encompasses Theta, our idea that we've been talking about, like children's horror is something that they can enjoy and something they can be a part of. And it's okay for them to be part of it because they don't need someone to tell them that horrors exist or that dragons exist. They want to engage in it to be able to be like, yeah, you know, we're gonna like defeat them, or maybe I want to be a little scared. I love that. I actually really, really like that. Okay. All right, my Twitch people. Let's see where I'm sending you. Princess Claude's is on too. I know Cat's on, but Princess Claude is on, and I feel like we should Now let me make sure, see what's gonna happen last time. I'm gonna go click on her and it's gonna be, she's gonna have just stepped away. Let me make sure she's actually here. Oh, Lima Bean's on too. Hell yeah, okay. Cause that's where the YouTube one was supposed to be, so that's unfortunate. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I'm reading. Hold on. So I saw something else now. Okay. Yeah, it says YouTube raid is only available to people with 1,000 or more subscribers. Well, YouTube folks, we're just gonna have to get those numbers up there. That way I can raid you to people. Okay. Alright, my Twitch friends. I will send you, I think, to Princess Claude's here. Oh, she's playing Kingdom Hearts. Oh wow. Kingdom Hearts is a game that, like, a lot of my family and stuff like. And I've always wanted to play it, but I could never get past, like, the mechanics because I'm not really a game player. I could do it manually, Theta? How do I do it manually? How would I do it manually? Do you mean get 1,000 subscribers or, like, send you, like, raid you to people? I don't know how I would do that manually. Yeah, it's unfortunate. We gotta get up to 1,000 subscribers before I'm allowed to raid people, apparently. I guess that's to prevent, like, spam raids and stuff, but most people don't raid unless they've got folks watching anyways, so I don't know why you would put a subscriber cap on it. That feels, like, unnecessary. Tell us whom to assail. Oh, Theta, do you have a Twitch? Because I'll just send you to the Twitch people. Or anyone watching on YouTube. If you guys want to join to the Twitch folks, you can. But on YouTube, I'll see if I have anyone that I would have sent you to. Let's see if I have anyone that's live right now. It doesn't look like I have anyone who is live like I would want. Let's see. No, the only thing that's up here on YouTube is like Dateline. And I would not send you guys to Dateline. Otherwise it's just like, well, Penguin, if you guys are, what's the name he goes by? Charlie, right? I think Penguin's Zero with like Z0 is like a big YouTuber that you can go watch him if you want. He's really cool. He makes good content. I think the name he goes by is Charlie. I'm not sure what he's watching at the moment. I wonder what he's watching. Let me see what he's watching. Let's see. It says A Silly Night for Sure on his live stream. Moist Critical, yes. He's looking at Markiplier. Yeah, Moist Critical. He just looked up Cyber Hunter and he was looking at Markiplier. He's the only one who's live right now that isn't like music to sleep to or Dateline NPC. So that would be the only person that I would send you guys to right now on YouTube. Or I think on Twitch, I'm gonna send you guys over to Princess Claude's, or I could send you to Cat Liente. Either one works because both of them are super lovely people. Fox Daddy or anyone on my Twitch, do you guys have a preference of who you get sent to? Do you want to go check out Princess Claude's playing Kingdom Hearts? Or do you want to go to Cat who is watching... I think she's talking about TikTok, and voting for a frog? Hold on, I gotta listen. Okay. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah, goodbye, Theta. Thank you for sticking around and talking with me. I appreciate it. If we see you Wednesday, that's cool. If not, have a good week. I really appreciate you and chatting. If only Ava was here with their frog. I know, Fox Daddy. Kat's talking about TikTok doing the landscape view stuff. But let's go to Princess Claude's because she is really nice. I found her recently when she was doing like a baking stream, and she was doing this really like, I didn't know what it was called, but she was doing some sort of cool baking product. And I love Kingdom Hearts, even if I'm like not able to play it. So I think we go over there and we watch her, and if you're not a Kingdom Hearts fan, you might be able to get to a part of it. And her chat's super nice too. They're all really sweet over there. Oh, it says she's finishing Kingdom Hearts today. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, so that'll be dope. You can see the ending and everything. Okay, that's where I'm sending y'all, Twitch. So let me type it in the chat, and then I'll do my little goodbye. Let's see. Okay. Oh, Fox Daddy, I think it's just you. I looked over to send everybody over on Twitch, and I just see one. I think it's just you, Fox Daddy. Oh, okay. I can still send you over if you want. It's up to you. Do you want me to send you over to her, or would you prefer a quick little goodbye and you can go watch whatever suits your fancy, my friend? Aw, that's cute. Mondays are a hard day to come to stream, but I appreciate you always being here. It's very sweet, and it really helps me, you know, feel okay. Let's support our friends. Okay, let's do it. I think we just do raid. Yep. And then I want Princess Claude. Okay, here we go. Tell Princess Claude that she is awesome. We're really excited for her to finish Kingdom Hearts because everybody I know likes it, and at some point I gotta figure out what the plot is, if that's possible for Kingdom Hearts. And her chat is super sweet, and hopefully you'll enjoy the community. Alright, let's go. Goodbye, y'all. I hope I see you Wednesday, Fox Daddy, and anyone who may still be watching on YouTube, join us Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST for our coaching. We do voice acting coaching, and we have a lovely community. Okay, y'all. Good night. Goodbye.